Mm. 704 Sharp Brown shows in the building. It's Twan Don, man. I know we've been away for a little minute, man, but we back. Vacations taken, time spent with family. You know how we do, man. It's the off season. But we're still active, Came by to drop a show off on you guys, man. See how everything's going. Latest news with the Panthers. Also responding to the blueprint, as we never got a chance to do that as well. Not gonna waste any time, man. I'm just gonna go ahead and bring the people up in here. Up first, man, we got the problem veteran in the house, man. Nick Gaskins, BAN. What up?
Hey, I'm coming in here full band tonight.
Full band tonight, yeah. Got my man Edge in the building. What's going on, bruh? And mute and unmute. Mute button got him again, man. All right, man. And first lady of the show, last but not least, we got Aries Claire in the building. What's going on?
Yo, Edge, fix your shit.
I did fix my shit.
Starting off with it.
Every time. It never fails.
But look, it ain't a show without the mute button challenging me, right? Come on now.
Not
The
off
mute
rip,
button-
though.
The mute button is
Usually it's
undefeated.
towards the end where, the mute button is undefeated against you.
Yeah, man.
But it ain't a show without it, though. Come
That
on,
must be hitting you with them haymakers.
Hey, for real, boy.
It just will not cooperate with you at all.
Nah,
I've never seen someone get John Cena by the mute button. That's pretty hard to do there.
RKO.
Yeah, you damn right I got RKO. Shit.
So, hey, look, we're gonna do a quick show. You know what I'm saying? Come over here and give our 2 cents on some stuff. I know a lot of people on vacation now, doing their vacation thing, out here and about. Some people working overtime, whatever. It's not a whole lot of people. I some people hit me up, was like, damn, bro, like the show's been light. People ain't showing up to the summer shows like that, bro. But it's like that every summer, every all season. Where it dips though, you know what I'm saying? But we expect more people to join. But look, we're just gonna bring it to y'all like we do. New format to the show, man. We're gonna all be bringing our own subject lines to the show, you know what I'm saying, as we discuss all 4 and get up out of here. So look, make sure you like Nick just said, make sure when you on the way in here, go ahead, hit that like button. Nothing's changed. Subscribe, let your friends know about the show. But we about to have one hell of a season coming up. It's gonna be very interesting, to say the least. But I've never been ready for a football season to start in my life.
Me too, man. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Same,
You know what?
Same.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's get this started, man.
Nick's chomping at the bit.
Yeah, I was about to say something. I like, let me save it, man. Let me save it.
Well, I started, man.
Don't save it.
Look.
Don't save
Look,
it now.
this is what I want to say. Look, this is what I want to say, man. This is one of the things that's coming in my mind every day. The news media are putting us in last place for absolutely everything. Like we didn't do anything in the off season.
Oh,
Absolutely everything.
No, that's cool though.
And I want it, and you know what? I'm all for it because I love to watch people get punched in the mouths.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you want, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, nobody's gonna give you anything, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we haven't done shit in a very long time. So, but I mean, some people just gonna do what they do, so-called experts. But look, man, when I know I got something, and you know that this team has something, and you still got the naysayers, I'm a Knicks fan, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I welcome that. I welcome that they put us on everything last. Put us last for offense, defense, draft, Yeah, I guarantee they're gonna be eating a motherfucking
Yeah, I think it's gonna
McDonald's.
be a whole bunch of media people eating crow this year.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say that I'm not saying that we gonna make it to the promised land or nothing like that. But I think that we gonna be way more competitive this year than we have been in the last 6 or 7 years.
way more. I mean, that's why I'm like,
That's
they
true.
got a job to do too, man. Let them hate.
That's true.
I'm all
That's
for it.
true. That's true. But
I'm
but
all
when Nick,
for it.
well, Nick, well, I do have. I ain't gonna combat on it, but I did read about an article about state because when they did bring up the roster schedule, they did bring up the fact that that it's possible that we can get up to 8 wins. That and that was put out on on the
That definitely
NFL.com.
ain't last place.
And
Listen,
ESPN.com. So I mean, there's some people out there who like what we did during the draft and got hope.
yeah,
You
yeah, but
know,
listen, I'm looking at the teams that people are saying who I'm looking at these sportscasters and I'm thinking, okay, you saw what I saw. And you
mm,
see what all these teams got going on right now, and you telling me every last one of these teams, you say, oh, they're gonna beat the Carolina Panthers. I'm like, oh,
Well,
wait a minute.
well,
It's too
because
much.
it's like I was saying earlier. Listen, they're not gonna give us anything, bro. You know what
Don't
I'm
give
saying?
me nothing.
It's like listen, they're not gonna say anything good until they see it first.
Yeah, that's fine,
yeah,
and I'm
I-
okay with
I'm
that.
not bothered by that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, we're fans.
It's
We're
not.
gonna think the best. We're gonna think on a higher level. They don't have to. They'll say they're gonna be the same old Panthers no matter what, blah blah blah, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
They have to see it first. So
Yeah, it ain't that one. It's not that. It's the I'm just looking at. What I'm looking at? Okay, if you're judging us this harshly already, and then you looking at these other teams, knowing the drama that's going on around these teams, and you are not judging them with the same knife. Like what you like? Come on, man. That's what gets me. I'm just saying. I'm not like if you gonna tell me we playing the Philadelphia Eagles and the Eagles gonna beat us. Okay, I'm happy. I'm okay with that. I can live with that. If you gonna tell me the Cowboys gonna beat us, the Cowboys have had our number for the last couple of years, so
mhm.
I'm not I'm not gonna be mad at that. But the moment that you be like, oh, the Dolphins is gonna be like, oh, this I'm like, dude, the Dolphins have been like okay. And they shedding good talent. Any team that gets rid of good talent when they shouldn't get rid of good talent, I gotta look at something's wrong.
Mm.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, they said the same thing about us last year, and they was right. So, you know,
But last
I
year,
mean,
I'm gonna tell you this, right, Antoine. Last year, I didn't have the optimism with what was completely done with the team. I actually thought our defense was gonna be hot garbage last year. I thought
yeah.
that from the get go.
But
From the
what I'm
get
saying
go.
is, what do you think, Claire? What I'm saying is, they not gonna give us nothing until they see it.
I mean, I'm in the same boat with Twan here on this because while it is irritating to read, because as Panthers fans, we've gone through hearing, one of, if not the worst defenses in NFL history. We've been hearing it ever since our season ended, and
Uh-huh.
post all that, it's frustrating when you see us go out and get talent that's going to be good depth for us on defense. You got guys who are coming from winning franchises in Super Bowl winning teams coming over here to us and signing with us. We go and get, apparently, the top one or two best safeties that were going to be available in free agency, all that stuff. And then we go into the draft and we do well, and they're still saying, yeah, y'all are still not going to be ranked any higher than where you were last year, because in their mind we didn't really upgrade anything. That's where it gets frustrating as a fan, because it's like, so we're spending all this money, we're getting more talent on the roster than what we had last year, but in the eyes of these so-called experts, as Twan said, it's still not enough.
Yeah,
So I get
That's
the
what I'm
that's the frustration, because it's
that's
like,
what I'm saying. I'm not talking
Yeah,
about. I'm not talking about just saying that. Hey, we got to see the Panthers. Hey, they. I literally watch some sportscasters will say some horrible things about what has happened in the offseason about on these other teams. And then out the side of their mouths will say, "Oh, the Panthers have upgraded this and this and this," and then they'll say, "Oh, but they're about to lose to this team." Like what? Like where? Like can we do at least even playing field?
No, because we didn't win. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah, we didn't win, but Pat McAfee, man, I mean, he did give us some props. I mean, he did give us
Yeah,
some props.
Hey, Pat McAfee is being honest to what he's seen during the offseason.
man,
Yeah.
Pat McAfee was a fucking punter, a kicker.
He,
I don't take
so he
his,
still so
I
so he
take
can still give
his,
a
I take
he still give
There are
his
still
football
so-called experts
opinion.
that never touched a football
his
in the NFL and still claim that they know all, and
yeah,
so
man.
For
I mean,
real, man.
I don't take his word. Like, I'm not a huge Pat McAfee fan though, so I need to make that disclaimer. So,
Okay, what Pat
yeah,
McAfee
he's a
do to you?
fucking punter.
So
He's an
just because
entertainer, man.
that's his job, he's supposed to be entertaining, man.
Right, but I'm just saying, I'm
But at
not
the
gonna
but
take
at the,
any
but at the but
fucking.
at the same damn time, um, he played the game. He's been in the locker rooms. He signed those
He was a
contracts.
punter, man. He ain't played the
It
game. He can't.
it doesn't fucking matter, bro.
Look, man.
Bro.
Nobody,
Well,
as you play football, nobody cares about kickers. Nobody cares about kickers, bro. None of us did. We didn't give
Tell
a
that
damn about a kicker.
tell that to New England then. Tell that to
Because
New England with their first three Super
especially in
Bowls.
high school, because it was just like it was hard to
yeah.
find a good kicker anyway.
New England wouldn't
Okay.
have won them two. New England wouldn't have won them first three Super Bowls without that kicker.
Exactly.
Man, I mean,
Exactly.
but
Tell
and that's the thing, they
tell
got
that
one
to the
job
Carolina
to
Panthers
do.
fans who still remember the John Casey kick in the
Yeah,
Super Bowl.
he got one job to do. That's why that's why and he's been dead to us since.
Hey, can
He
you
got
zoom out on
one
that
job.
again? Can you zoom out on that again? Was there
What
a
you mean
third?
Zoom?
Was there a third? Was there a third row to this?
Yeah,
Oh
right
no,
here.
that was the running backs. That was the running backs at the bottom. Okay, okay.
Yeah, it's the Panthers all offense, Chuba and Dowdle in the backfield. Uh Coker. They're saying this is the starters. Coker, Horn, Junior, and Sanders. I think these are the starters. No,
No,
this is just
the
the
starters.
offense. Yeah,
This is the offense of the general.
yeah.
I don't think that this. I'll be 100% honest. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I know a lot of people have been down on him right now, but freaking hey, Hunter Renfrow been putting some clean routes out there, and I've been watching them.
He's a beast. I'm hoping that he can be anything like what he was, bro. Then we got
And
over with
that's
that.
all.
I mean, all dude know
Listen,
how to do
and
is get open.
listen. Everybody was like, "Oh, he looks old. He looks." I'm like, the dude's 29 years old. He can't help his genetics. He can't help what he looks like. He can look like he's 35, but he's 29 years old. Come on, man.
Yeah,
I
I don't
mean,
care about that shit. I care about his skills. Hey, listen.
yeah.
So, what would you guys say are the three people that's on this list on the offense that need to improve more this year?
I need to improve more.
You need to improve
Bryce
more.
Young, Xavier Leggett, and Jatavian Sanders.
I
All
don't.
right.
Can we say that about Claire? Can we say that about Jatavian? Because he looked like he was starting to come on until he landed on his big old head.
I mean, fair.
Yeah, he
You
was
could
still
say
mediocre though.
the only reason why I could have said Tommy. The only reason why I'm not going to throw Tommy in there is because he did just get a contract for a reason. So he's obviously proven enough. But as far as like just the immediate list, I mean, Jatavian, yeah, because I believe with how he talks about himself and the confidence that he exudes, I do expect for him to prove to
Be
be
big
better this
things.
season than last year. Excel especially. And then Bryce Young. If anyone doesn't put Bryce Young on their list, then y'all are outside your rabbit ass mind. But
Crazy.
yeah.
Mhm.
So those are my three. The O line, don't even the O line for me doesn't even need to get better. Just stay healthy, all of you. Just stay healthy,
Yep.
please.
Oh,
Yeah.
somebody on the O line definitely needs to in my three list. In my
Well,
list,
stop that. Stop it. Don't
Well,
do it, Swan.
he's gonna say
Don't.
it.
I know he's
Iquan
gonna say.
has got to get way better. Shit, he got to get better. He's got to get. I mean, that's a number one draft pick, man. He got to get way better. I'm tired of seeing
Honestly,
this dude get killed.
I think it was just a damn scheme that we were running that failed on not his first year, but his second
No,
year.
no,
No.
no,
No,
no.
it
No,
wasn't.
because his rookie year
It's
his rookie year he was good. He was good his
listen,
rookie year. He just
He
couldn't.
didn't
He,
start out good.
he didn't start out good, but he finally picked it up. He finally picked it up around the second
well,
half of the
listen,
season. It's just that
listen,
the second year
Only
it was
thing
bad.
he picked up, only thing he picked up was the quarterbacks that got sacked fucking with him. That's
listen.
all I saw.
If he can make a I would give Twan a little bit. He's a road grader when it comes to running the ball. He's a road grader. Like if you get
Yeah, I
if
Yeah,
mean,
you yeah,
that's
but
what
when it
he
comes
did
to
at NC State. That's
yeah,
what he
but
did.
yeah. So but when it comes to pass protection.
Man, he's the fucking worst.
he got to work
Yeah,
on it.
because
He
listen,
has to
I'm
work on
telling
it.
you right now, I'm never confident not chipping on that side when it was young because he only gets beat by speed. You ever notice the power guys don't beat him?
Yeah, I
It's just
noticed
the
that.
speed, it's just the speed guys.
But guess what's coming off the edge, man? Speed, guys. What the fuck?
Listen, if you get you get one of the big bruisers, the one of the big bruiser defensive is he's good. Hey, you get Miles Garrett, shoot. Hey man, I don't know, man. Just
So my three is Equanu, Bryce Young, and I like to see Leggett step up, but I feel like he is. He will. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I think his second year is going to be his best year. I mean, his better
yeah,
year.
Hmm.
And
yeah,
then we can put the first year shit away, and everybody that didn't
yep.
like him or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But
Hey,
I mean, you know, he is
I
it's too much competition at wide receiver for him not to get better. Because if he don't, it's definitely gonna be some motherfuckers waiting to take his spot.
yeah, in the wings, yeah. Hey, look, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I have been. I'm gonna give my three real quick. I'm gonna say Bryce, and I'm gonna say XL, and it's hard for the. I mean, I gotta say Icky because I actually believe that Jatavian Sanders was coming on at the end here, then he had the neck injury. But I
Mm,
want to say this though. I do want to say this. I have enjoyed watching Excel catching the ball with his hands away from his body.
okay.
Oh, you mean in practice and all that stuff?
Y-
Yeah.
Yes, he's catching the ball away
He's
from his
catching the ball and
body.
he's high pointing it when he has to
Yeah,
and catching it
he's not.
successfully.
He's not. He's not. Because you know what? When you're a
You
big
say from you
muscular
say
dude,
hold on, you saying that on the
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
the things.
clips and practice and stuff like
Yeah.
that, right?
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
even in the clips, if you go back and look at the clips,
Somebody probably
if you
told him
go,
that, bro.
yeah, if you go look at the clips from last year, there were some of them balls he was letting it come into his body before he was catching it.
Bro, I'm gonna
But
tell you who was you know who was the best at that last year for us though? The guy
Coker,
we wound up releasing
who?
Ooh, Coker.
at wide receiver. Think about it.
Oh, well, man, come on, man, he needed to go, man. You
I
can't be
know.
keeping
No,
trouble.
he didn't need to go. No, he did. I ain't gonna get into that. That's some other shit because he don't play with us no more. But that guy's hands was incredible. He caught every ball. He could have told every receiver how to catch before he
Oh
left, and
yeah,
that would have been the
Who
way
are
he
we?
caught
Who are we
balls.
talking about?
he talking about what's it called? He talking about
Really,
he talking
the guy
about
who keeps a job, he can't get fired.
Are you talking? Oh, Ian Thomas.
No, 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 no.
no, he talking about
He was with us.
Pittsburgh,
He was
Pittsburgh.
with us. He was with us. Then he went to the
Deontay
Baltimore
Johnson.
Oh,
Ravens.
Deontay
Yeah,
Johnson.
there you go.
See how little impact he made? I forgot about him already.
No, yeah,
Damn.
like, look, I can't let y'all do that. I can't let y'all do that, bro.
I forgot about him. I totally forgot about him. I'm not even gonna lie. I forgot. I forgot he was even on this team at one point.
And y'all,
Forgot he existed.
again, I ain't gonna go into it, but I can't let y'all do that to him.
It's pretty
That
bad that I
motherfucker-
guessed Ian Thomas before him. I mean, shit.
yeah, Ian Thomas ain't with us no damn more.
That my point
That's
exactly,
that's
because
the
you were
point.
Yeah.
saying someone who we released, and I was like,
Oh.
Ian Thomas, like who are we talking about?
We didn't release Icky. I mean, Thomas' contract just ran out, right?
No, we
Yeah,
released him before
no,
his
we
contract
released him.
finished.
Oh, okay. We got a job, so yeah, man. Deontay Johnson could catch the shit out of the damn ball, bro. He didn't drop shit.
You're right. He can catch the ball. Right, ran some pretty good routes too.
Yeah, yeah, he did. He had sneaky ass speed too, man. I would have kept him, man.
He got
I
a
just
sneaky ass
I'm
attitude too.
I'm gonna say this real quick. I'm gonna
Oh
say
my
this real
god.
quick. It's football, man. Damn. That's what I was saying before with him. It's damn football, man. Dudes is going look. In every professional sport, dudes is gonna have some type of ego or whatever. Whatever. Look, I ain't never heard it. Look, so like when I hear, I don't know about Edge. When I hear people saying splitting up the locker room and all that shit in football, that shit is hard. I can see you doing that in basketball. Football is hard to split up a damn locker room.
Yeah, it is because everybody's tight knit like a motherfucker.
Bruh, like what? We already think we gladiators any damn way. So it's like, man,
Mhm.
look, okay, whatever you got going on with yourself, just fix it, you know? And I guarantee you, nobody had no damn beef with that dude on that team. It was the coaches that he was probably not getting along with, and he just kept voicing his opinion about what he wanted, and they just felt like he wasn't a big enough name to do it. I mean, Keyshawn Johnson did give me the damn ball, did a book on that shit or whatever, because they thought it was a big enough name. And Randy Moss would have said that shit, he ain't getting fired.
Okay,
No,
that's Randy. That's Randy Moss.
yeah, for
Yeah.
real. I mean,
I'm
that's
just
Randy Moss.
saying.
I mean, you ain't gonna say shit about Randy Moss.
I just hate that
Come
narrative
on.
that he was a problem and that motherfucker want to get paid. It was just too early for him to comment. Like, you got to say that shit low, bro.
That's
You just like,
that's all we. That's all. You got to give it a little bit of time,
yeah.
and then you start voicing your opinion.
Go
He
out here
he came
and beat the
he
league and then do it.
he came out here. He came out here like, listen. If you having 100 yards a game and you are obviously not the problem, then you can say whatever you want to say.
Well, see,
But
the problem with him was this. I I wanted him when he came to us, but I didn't want him coming to no damn rookie head coach, bro. I guarantee you him and Canales again. Look, he probably knows more about the damn game than Canales, and he's just like, look, man, just throw me the damn ball. And Canales wasn't willing to do that shit all the damn time because the shit we saw what the other receivers was doing out there, bro. But like I said, I don't want to go. He don't play with us no more, so fuck
yeah,
it.
I like
uh,
this. I
uh,
like
Ted McMillan, bro. So I've been seeing him all over our social media, bro. Uh,
yeah.
what type of year y'all think this dude is gonna have in the first year?
I think he's gonna have a thousand. I think we might end up. I'm gonna say this, and this is a bold prediction. This is a
See,
bold ass
before
prediction.
before you say 1,000, Claire gonna get on your ass and me too. Remember who's throwing him the ball. Don't just put that
No,
1,000 out there like that.
Uh, why y'all can get on me? Y'all can get on me all you want to, because I actually think. Listen, I don't care what none of y'all say. I don't need Bryce Young to be extremely crazily good or nothing like that. I need Bryce to bring what he had at the end of the year 75% of the time.
No, you're
If
gonna
he
want
can,
it. You're gonna want it more than 75% of the time. I hate to break it to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to say I want it 90% of the time.
I
Shit.
mean, well,
If I can
I'm
If
being
we're
real.
not if we're
I'm
not
being
asking for more out of him, then we may as well go ahead and just chalk up this year
exactly.
as a wash.
I mean, I mean, he didn't give us 75% of the time last year, so I mean, that is asking for more. That
Look,
is
man,
asking for more.
It
but I'm
is,
with
but
you.
at 75%, Nick, we were also picking in the top 10. So are you willing to pick in the top 10 again next year?
I will.
I don't
I
think.
am if the shit don't work out. But
Okay, but you're okay. Well, that's for selfish reasons, but
you know me.
Todd's like, cause I want Bryce Young the
Hey,
fuck up
Claire,
out of here.
look, hey, Claire, I live in Petty Land just like you do.
It's okay. Pettyville,
I don't.
USA,
Pettyville.
represent.
I'm in Pettyville too, bro.
I don't. I
Yeah.
don't. I mean, I'm just saying, man. I think he's gonna be all right.
Ah,
I do too,
I mean,
man. You know what I'm saying? I really do. You know what I'm
so
saying?
I don't think he's going to get 1,000 yards though. The
I
only way
do.
I think he gets 1,000 yards is if Bryce Young force feeds him.
Yeah. So you
And
just
I'm
getting
gonna.
me to it. Like
and
she's
I
such a
and I hate to
fucking
say it, if he
genius.
force feeds him, everybody's going to they're going to be a selective group of people
Motherfuckers
who
gonna
are
be
going
mad
to
as hell.
love that shit. There's also going to be people like me who are realistic and say, you do realize if you start making this a trend, what's going to happen between this little connection with him and T-Mac? They're going to pick up on it.
I'll say this:
So, I
the the best you're gonna get out of Bryce Young next year is if he spreads that ball around.
and that's what he needs to
What?
do. Period.
That's gonna be
Yeah.
the best.
Oh,
Yeah.
you didn't let me get my bold prediction out before you started chopping my big ass head off.
But we ain't doing both predictions right now.
But here's the thing, though, Nick. If you also think that Bryce Young is about to also be the quarterback to have 3 or 4 receivers that go for over 1,000 yards, like how Teddy Two Gloves, whatever, did with us that one year,
Happening.
that means he's going to be throwing the ball constantly.
Eh,
And
I don't think.
if Canales holds true to what he says he's going to do, that means he's going to keep the ball out of Bryce Young's hands for hopefully most of the time.
Mm,
I'm just
ain't never lied
if
about
he's
that.
doing what he says he's going to do.
I still think he's gonna throw. I still think he's gonna air it out sometimes. I ain't gonna say he's gonna do it all the time, but I do believe that. I believe that Canales is going to take advantage of people thinking we're gonna run the ball all the time.
So what would y'all say when I say this?
Uh,
I think for the first time in a long time, on paper, the Carolina Panthers finally has a balanced attack.
Yeah.
on both
You
sides
Yeah.
of the
can
ball. Is that
you
what you mean?
can get, no on just on the offense. You can
Just
give
on
it to him
offense?
through the air, and you can give it to him running. And the thing is, like I told y'all, and I think a lot of people agree with me when I said it. If Bryce Young learns how to use his legs, it could really get ugly, bro. I don't need him to be Cam Newton. I just need him to get them 3 or 4 yards and slide. Or if they give you more, take off and run out of bounds. Don't be trying to go heads up with nobody. Get your ass out of bounds. Slide. You know what I'm saying?
I don't
Because
think
then
I don't think Bryce is that dude, man.
off the ground.
Hey,
That's the only way
listen.
he's going to be able to survive in this league, Nick.
Yeah, he gonna
Yeah,
have to
I
use
know.
his legs, bro.
I hate to say
Hey,
he does not have the arm strength to be a gunslinger all 60
Can't do
minutes
it.
of football.
You
oh
gotta
yeah, yeah, I
You
understand.
agree with
can't.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna say this, and I'm not fully comparing. What I'm comparing to is getting on the ground and getting out of bounds. The way he was running at the end of the year, he was reminding me of those days that Russell Wilson used to piss everybody off. Just run and get out of bounds, or run
But
and slide.
he used to piss us off with that shit because he perfected it against the Panthers, bro.
Yeah,
I
he
swear
perfected
to
it,
God,
but we still.
man,
But there are
I'm
times
we
where we
could
still
never,
did beat him, though.
somebody
we
please get
could
this motherfucker,
we
bro.
could not get him on the ground, man. I swear, man. He would get 10 yards and slide, and I'd be pissed off. Like there's nobody around him. Like what's going on?
So listen,
That's what
y'all.
it's on.
No more Mingo. That's a plus.
Yes. Bye,
Um,
Felicia.
he got replaced with a lot better player. Look, man, if Hunter Renfro, not Hunter Renfro, it is Hunter Renfro.
It is
Yeah,
out there.
Hunter Renfro.
Imagine if this motherfucker. I don't know if y'all knew what he looked like before whatever went down with him.
I do.
He just
Yeah.
gets open. He just knows where to go and get open, man. That dude can be Bryce's best friend. The other thing with
Listen.
Canales is this: Canales has got to utilize the damn tight end this year, bro.
Yeah.
Stop
I
going
don't.
out
And I,
there and drafting tight ends if you ain't gonna use them.
wait. I don't. So I'm not. I don't think that's a fair assessment. I don't think that was a fair assessment, Swan.
What do you mean it's not fair? What the hell are you getting
Because
paid for if you ain't gonna use me?
how many games did our tight ends miss last year? And you know Ian Thomas can't catch a cold. So
First of all, we didn't utilize we didn't utilize the tight end like that last year either. It's been a while since
listen,
the last time we utilized the tight end. in any capacity was when Greg Olson was here with Cam Newton.
You're right. You're right.
And
I
that's
do think
because
the tight ends.
we didn't really have the best wide receivers either. Like,
Exactly. You know what I mean? But the thing is, when you know how to use your damn tight ends, look, man, it takes pressure off the wide receivers. It makes a defense have to be more disciplined. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, you cannot. Teams are gonna pick up on if you're using your tight end as a decoy on every play, bro.
yeah.
They start playing off of him.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I'm still excited about the whole thing, man. And I agree with you. I agree, 100% agree with you. If Hunter Renfro can return to 2021 Hunter Renfro, that man is going to be an absolute problem especially in the red zone.
Good Lord.
Especially in
I
the
don't
red
care
zone.
where, I don't care where he just gets open.
But
And then
look, Twan, go look how many touchdowns he had. He was unstoppable in the red zone.
I know that,
Yeah,
but look, the
he
nucleus of
was.
all the tight end, the nucleus of all the wide receivers, and I really want him to be the voice of the wide receivers. It's Thielen, bro. I want them
Yeah.
Oh
taking
yeah.
all their damn instructions, and I think Thielen gonna have them boys pumped up, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah, I think
saying?
it's
Look, he's a great example to lead by. Plus, it ain't no other damn leaders on that wide receiver core, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Yet, So,
yeah.
look, they got it, man. Look, I think when we keep saying like Bryce Young ain't got no more excuses, the Canales don't have him either.
No, Canales does have an
He
excuse.
he and Dan
He
Morgan
has
in a way have an ace in their pocket that Bryce Young doesn't have.
that's
Which
not
is
Yeah,
we
true.
didn't which is we didn't draft that little motherfucker.
Yeah,
I
that's
hear
not
you.
his
Yeah.
guy. So that's the one
Yeah,
ace he does have.
That's the
So
one
if this
ace
whole
in their
thing
pocket
fails,
you
that
ready for this
they
yeah.
don't
though?
Yeah.
have.
But
Yeah,
Yeah. Bryce
I
Young.
think so.
but
Hey,
Tepper,
realistically,
I'll
Bryson.
get rid of your ass though.
Well, listen, I would agree with you if we come out here and have like a extremely stinking season. But if we are competitive in games, but we are still not winning, and we can point the finger at Bryce, then I don't think Tepper's going to have an issue.
Oh, I get what you're saying, Nick. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
If
Yeah.
if you if we are competitive in games and we're just not winning, and it's because of the quarterback play, it's then at the end of the day, what can Tepper say other than okay,
You
go get your guy?
you can't go round 3 with another coach with the same quarterback. like
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
you
Because
can, but what good does that do?
what the if I mean, like if you go out here and we are competitive, putting up points, but the obvious thing is that we don't have the one piece that's elevating the team, then okay, then all Tepper can say is, well, I think we're going to have to draft another quarterback, and just leave it at that. I mean, I don't. I mean, I can see if we go out here and we're just like and we look like hot doo doo, then I could see Tepper saying that okay, maybe this ain't the coach for me. But I don't say. But I don't think they're going to go out here and look like hot doo doo because one, I actually like Canellis. I actually think he has a good scheme. I actually think that he has the opportunity to make this team a lot better um, than we've been in years on offense. And I just think that if we have the opportunity to put things together, I think we'll be okay. I'm just saying, just like you were saying, Bryce Young is on a short leash this year. He has to perform. But I do believe that if the scheme is there and everything looks good, the window dressings are there, and everything looks good as an operational piece on the offense. If Bryce Young is the at fault, I think it's probably it's on Bryce Young, and I think he'll be the one that's up out of here next year.
Shout out
Yeah.
to my man. What's up, Doug? Says 704 Charlotte Brown Show. salute, fellas, and First Lady Claire. Shout out to
What's up?
What's
What's
Up,
up, Doug?
Doug. And I want to congratulate that brother too, man, because he made it on the blueprint. I thought that was very, very dope, bro.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's
I
what's
thought it
up.
was very, very dope. When they cut to they got a section in the blueprint where they cut to Carolina Panthers podcasters.
Oh, and they're all reacting to the draft.
Yeah, bro. I was very happy for him, bro. I was very happy. Look, I was waiting to see like do we make the cut? We might be too damn negative over here. They like fuck y'all.
Nah, we don't. We don't show our faces
We
enough to
also
make
don't
the
show
cut
our faces, so
a lot. So
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
show me. So
yeah, so we gotta start. If we want to get on those, we gotta start doing that because that's one way we can get recognized hugely with the Panthers community and everything like that. Not just doing a podcast.
we're definitely doing that when the season starts.
Well, I show
No more
my face every
excuses.
once in a while.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't. I ain't got shit to hide.
Hey,
I'm curious.
listen,
I'm
listen,
focused,
Twan.
though.
Listen.
Shout out to
Hey,
C Dog
just don't.
too, man. He said
Hey,
hit the like button. It's free. Shout out to my man C Dog out there.
hey,
And
just don't.
also said appreciate it, Twan. Just going, keep grinding, man. But I'm humbled by the. So yeah, that was dope, bro. I was very, very happy for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to, I think Rashad was on there and some. Damn, some Panthers content creators I had never heard of. So there's a lot of us out there, bro.
Yeah.
Still a lot of us out there. But that was dope, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, man, I guess we gotta start talking nicer about these coaches and then we'll make the next one.
nah, you can't. You gotta be authentic and unapologetically you.
Bro,
You can't.
I'm
Yes.
gonna be me.
And I was about to
Listen,
say,
listen. I don't. I
You know,
don't.
I'm fake.
I'm. I'm gonna say this though. I don't think Rashad be always talking nice about these coaches. I actually think Rashad and them be giving like when Matt Fool was in there. Rashad and them used to talk real bad about that.
well, that's not the
Yeah, but
regime now.
they have a lot of they well connected. You know, they got a lot of different guests on the show too. They're
Hmm.
connected.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the game, bro. I mean, without breaking it down, you just got to know how to play the game, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm happy for all those brothers. You know what I'm saying? Even the ones I don't know that made it. I'm happy for the Carolina Panthers that somebody actually did that, man. I felt appreciated, even though our show wasn't involved in that.
Oh, the
I thought
fact that
it
they
was a
just
win. Yeah,
included the podcast community.
I thought it was a win for all of us. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? So,
Hmm?
I should tell you, they're always watching.
yeah, that's how we know. He said, "I want everyone to get the same experience and exposure. Y'all will be next." Yeah, man.
We'll see.
I mean, we just want to be we're gonna be authentic. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, man. I'm gonna tell you this though. This might get me in trouble right here.
Oh boy.
Oh,
It's
God.
based on something that Nick just said.
Hmm.
I'm still not on the Canales train, bro. Because I said it all last year. It's just something about him, man. Like the way he already pissed me off saying, man, we're gonna run the ball and blah blah blah. First of all, I thought it was dumb for you to tell everybody what we was gonna do, and then you didn't do it. It's something about Canales, man. I just hope that we don't have another motivational speaker on the team and that he's actually a real coach. I'm not saying that he won't be. I'm still just not sold on him. Like I wasn't sold on Dan Morgan, but when we saw what Dan Morgan did this year, Claire,
Yeah.
Dan Morgan is a beast. I mean, I gave him
Yeah.
all the flowers, bro.
Yeah. I was gonna say,
Yeah.
just
You.
at this point, from now on, now that they've got the scout team that they want, just cook. You and Brant
Absolutely.
Tillis, both of you, just cook. I'm so
Hey, I'm
happy
gonna tell
Brant
you.
Tillis got more exposure in the blueprint this year than in the previous one, because
I'm gonna
he
tell you
deserves
this
the
right
hell
here.
out of that shit.
I'm gonna tell you
Doug,
this
I'm
right
so happy
now.
for Doug, though. I'm so happy for Doug. Hey, Doug, can I get your autograph, bro? I'm
Oh my
happy for
god.
Doug, man. That's my
Let
guy,
me get
man.
it. Let me get it before you blow up. Hey, I'm gonna say this though, Swan. I'm gonna say this one. Anybody that's talking about Dan, if you say something negative, ban is coming out. I'm gonna say
Man, it's
Yeah,
coming out.
yeah. I'm gonna let
telling
Van
you.
loose this year too, bro. I'm not gonna stop Van either. I'm letting him loose.
You say something crazy about
I'm
you
not
say something
stopping
crazy with like the people who are saying, "Oh, he messed up because he didn't draft a cornerback." Hey, I'm
him.
taking
Yeah,
your neck off. I'm taking
you
your
right.
I'm
You,
taking
you
your
right. You better hope for blue shirt, Nick, because Baron is different.
Mhm.
Talk about your mama and everything.
Yeah, blue shirt.
Talk about your mama,
Blue
your
And
shirt.
then,
daddy, your mother,
Yeah,
your
blue
and
sister.
shirt.
and I'm not gonna let anyone talk shit about Brant Tillis. And stop making fun of his
Oh,
donut
he's a
socks, bro.
beast. Yeah.
Who cares about his
Hey,
donut socks?
I
I've already
love
seen
Brett.
people on Twitter
Nobody
talking
care
about
about
his
his donut.
donut socks. Shut the fuck up. His
Listen,
donut socks are
I love
banging.
I love
This
Brett.
was
I love
competitive
Brett Tillers, but
sex.
hey, I love Brett Tillers, but boy, they had that picture that they be putting on this on the Panthers page. Man, he looked like a cone head.
Yeah, he just got funny hair, bro. Yeah.
It's not as bad when you see him on TV. It's not as bad. That picture, oh my god, that picture is horrible, bro. Like
Well,
he should have.
Mhm.
regardless, you guys better protect that man, because if anybody wants to come get him for any reason,
They'll snag him a quit.
that's what I'm
But
saying.
Listen,
but
listen,
but but
Claire. I'm going to tell you this. This is my approach. If I am Tepper, if I am Tepper, and if we start to look a little bit more successful this year, and what's called at the end of the year, I am going to tell Dan, you are the president of football operations. Brant Tillis is the GM.
that's one way to lock it.
That's
That's
the
one way
only
to
way
have it
we're.
locked. That's one way to have it locked
That's
up.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
he's a
that's a
vice president of football operations.
who?
Shoot.
Brant.
Tillis.
Oh, Brant Tillis. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and that could be cool. But I would make him the GM. I would
Yeah,
make
yeah,
him the
absolutely.
GM so
Yeah,
that nobody. Because
it's competition everywhere, even in the office, bro. It's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
office,
Because
bro.
if you, I mean, because you got to think about this. If the only other position I could see him ever wanting to be is to be a general manager of his own team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, he's
and
definitely
at the
more
end,
of a numbers guy. He's definitely more on like the business side of things. But I mean, it depends on what you're wanting out of your GM. But either way, as long as you keep Dan Morgan and Brant Tillis like paired together in some
together
fashion, I don't
we're
care.
good. We're
Yeah, just
good.
keep them
Like
paired together.
that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying, Claire.
Do
If
not
you
break them up.
listen,
Hmm.
if you don't break the party up, and you make him the GM, and you still got Dan, we got the evaluator of talent. I think that Brent will. I think that he will see that we already have this in place the way that Dan Morgan wanted to get it done, and then we'll just continue, and he'll take care of the contracts, and we're good.
I'm down.
Hmm.
You're not gonna get any
I'm
complaints
down.
from me. I'm down. Do it.
Yeah. Well, let me go ahead and give my three guys who need to improve, since we just went on a tangent and everything. My three guys that definitely need to improve this year. I mean, I am gonna say it is Icky. He got to improve. Bryce Young, he just has to show it. I don't care what people say on the blueprint. He got to show it. And the third guy that I believe that has to improve for me.
I mean, you got to be
I
honest with
mean,
yourself, man.
You gonna say it?
yeah, I'm gonna have to say Coker. Coker has to improve.
Oh,
Oh,
What?
that's a good pick. That's a good one. And I know where you're going with that. That's good. Now explain
And
it to him.
the only reason why I say this is, one, yes, he is an undrafted. Yes, he was an undrafted rookie free agent that we signed. Yes, we did release him. Yes, he has something to prove. But now with Tet in the building, with Jimmy Horn in the building, that comfortability of that wide receiver room got a whole lot tighter. So he's definitely gonna have to come out here and prove and prove why he does not need to be released again and get
I'm
picked up
a,
again.
I'm a,
oh, even
I'm gonna
more
say
so.
this.
He needs to, because he's on a contract year this year. That's even more
Yeah,
so.
and he has to.
Yeah,
He has.
He doesn't have a
I,
choice.
yeah. And I'm not. And look, for all you fans out there, I'm not saying he was bad. I'm not saying he ain't bad. He's not bad. It's just that he has to prove a lot more because of him being a undrafted free
we're
agent rookie. It's not like
correct.
it's not like it's not like he was a 6th round, 7th round pick. If he was a 6th or 7th round pick, I mean, oh yeah, he's gonna have to prove something, but he's not gonna prove a lot. But being an
Yeah,
undrafted rookie, he's
Well,
gonna have to prove up
time's not
more.
on his side right now,
And
and
yeah,
that's the biggest
that
thing.
room is getting
Time
crowded.
is not. Yep.
ain't
And
getting
Time,
just
better.
because Adam Thielen is gonna be the number one guy there. I mean, he can learn.
ah,
No. Listen.
Without a
What
doubt,
I
he's going to be number one.
what I
I doubt
mean
that.
is
So
the safety blanket.
that shit if you don't want to.
Listen. I don't mean the number one guy as in the number one receiver. I mean the number one guy as in the number one safety blanket for our quarterback. You know,
Yeah, you're right.
and if he goes down, because there was a time when Adam Thielen did go down, and
Wide
receivers
receiver
had to
production
step
went
up.
down.
Wide receiver had to step up, and Coker stepped up. David Moore stepped up. Like those guys right there stepped
Yeah,
up. So
yeah.
he's gonna have to prove it this year
I want to
again.
say something. I want to say something on this too, because we just said something. All of me, Claire, and Antoine said that we're hoping that Hunter Renfro can return to 2001 form. If 2021 form. If he returns to 2021 form, Coker could be looking at himself as, oh my God, I'm on the bubble.
No,
I
he's
mean,
a
that's his time.
he.
I
But
That's the honest
well,
truth.
I think
he was
I think
already on.
we'll hold.
He was already on the bubble. He was already on the bubble before Jimmy Horn came in. Before we got Hunter Renfrow in here. Before we got Tate, he was already on the bubble. And with those guys being drafted, he's even more on the bubble than ever.
In a way, but here's the thing with Coker. My biggest thing for him, it's not even so much improvement. It's just for him, he doesn't have a choice. Again, time's not on his side. He has to do something because after this year, if they want to let him walk and let all these other wide receivers assume the room, they can do that, and it won't harm them at all. Coker's going to have to prove why he's why he's a valuable asset and why he needs to stay on. In some capacity, it as a backup, or as a rotational player, or if it's, potentially as a 2 or 3, whatever he wants to be. But I mean, it's because of the fact that he's in a contract year already because he was an undrafted is why more so than any of the other wide receivers in that room, why he needs to prove himself. And I know there's been some talks I've seen on podcasts where they're saying we're only going to keep like 5 receivers on the roster. I think we're going to keep 6 because just from what I've seen in practice, I don't know how you look at that roster and don't keep 6 because Hunter Renfrow is younger than Adam Thielen, and I don't think Adam is coming back after this year. He even pondered it a lot this year. And if Hunter Renfrow can slide into that spot and he can return to that form, then that's who would fall into play, in my opinion, next year in 2026 to take over Adam's role. And then you have a veteran there who can literally do the same thing. I mean, that's kind of the benefit. And then Coker still doesn't have to leave and he can still learn. So, I mean, for him, he definitely needs to do something to prove himself so he can get a contract and stay if that's what he desires to do. So
how old is Thielen? How old is
Thielen
he?
is
35,
35, I think, or
35,
34.
35,
Yeah, he's
35.
So if Thielen ran if he got 1,000 yards this year, y'all really think he would walk away from the game?
I believe so.
Considering he pondered it very hard, like for a while this year.
Because we
And
suck.
And even last year, he pondered it last year a little bit.
Well, no, but I think so. But Twan, so here's my thing. I think what would convince Thielen is if he felt one more year of play and being a contributor to the team would be the difference between him possibly getting not only pay, but a Super Bowl or something out of it. If we're not there yet, I could easily see him going and signing a 1-year deal to go back to like the Vikings or to somewhere where he can go and be that reliable pass catcher and route runner technician that he is for another quarterback who could, that's what they need. And just that one piece would help get them to a Super Bowl appearance. If we're not there yet, I don't see him committing to us if he's trying to go out with a bang. If he was somebody who had gotten a Super Bowl before, like 2 or 3 Super Bowls, and he was just wanting to finish out his time and make some more money or whatever, that's one thing. But since he doesn't have a ring, I think he wouldn't sign back with us unless there was, without a shadow of a doubt, an opportunity for us to do that.
Well, I mean, that's a great point. But the thing is, Claire, if that was the case, then if he was ring chasing, then he wouldn't have came back this year with us. He would have just tried to go to a team and do that.
I mean,
I'm saying
possibly,
if he gets 1,000 yards this year, then somebody gonna throw a little bit more money at him. You know what I'm saying? Look, 1,000 yards
well,
is
we
1,000
did.
yards.
We threw more money at him this year. We gave him a pay bump this year. That I think that was part of the reason why he did stay instead of saying that he wants to go somewhere else and come back, was because we gave him a pay bump this offseason. I don't know if people forgot about that, but we did. We gave Adam Thielen a pay bump this offseason. So I think that kind of went into trying to bribe and coax him into saying, hey, before you think about leaving or going somewhere else, like, we could give you a little something. Just saying.
Something to help you out.
A 36-year-old Coker, a 36-year-old Thielen or Coker with 300 yards next year.
What are we comparing?
Would you bring Thielen back then?
It depends.
It really depends.
It really depends on what they. It depends on what they do this offseason.
Because
if Thielen stays healthy and stays reliable, and then as far as Coker goes, if he gets. I mean, what is Coker? So here's the better question: what is Coker going to have to do, y'all think, for him to be able to earn a roster spot and get a contract next year? Because that's what he's looking at.
About 800 yards.
Well, that's I'm here to
yards. Look, I thought Edge was onto something. I don't think Coker's gonna be back here next year, and he gonna have to do something special this year.
Well,
he was undrafted. That shit, that's just gonna matter.
Yeah, and he has to make an instant impact. But there's nothing that says he can't get a contract. But it's not going to be something ridiculous. He'll get something like probably similar. I can't say similar because he's a wide receiver. It's a little different from wide receiver to lineman. But we all saw what Cade Mays and Brady Christensen just got. I mean, they didn't get it's not like they had a huge payday. And Coker, unless he just goes off the rails and rewrites how undrafteds can take over the league, I don't see him getting this big payday, and he's got to make a massive impact, more so than Excel does, more so than Thielen, more so than Renfro, Jimmy Horntat, obviously because they're rookies, but more so than anybody on that team. Coker has to be somebody who fights like hell for a roster spot. Mm-hmm. He has no choice. So, and if not, he at least needs to showcase his talent. So if we don't pick him up as an undrafted, if he's shown that he can be reliable enough, then another team would go get him. And this is not me saying that I want that to happen, but he's got to be able to do something if he wants to maintain being in the league. If not, he'll be playing on the USFL, in spring. Yeah. So, and it's not just about us. It's not just us. It's for him. He has to figure out doing something.
Yeah. They got to put
earn a contract somewhere.
Yeah. Somebody else will pick him up, man. This is
So this is what I want to say though. I want to add to this thing that, like, it's just that the room is getting busy, but what I do want everybody to look at, the NFL teams move with tendencies. They move with extreme tendencies. So usually, if they go into the season with 6 wide receivers one year, there's a big chance that they'll go into the next season with the same amount of wide receivers. So last year at the beginning of the season, we had 6 wide receivers on the 53-man roster. I'm gonna assume that we're gonna have 6 wide receivers on the 53-man roster this year. So I don't see. I think that we can already see our 6. I think most of us have the same 6 in our head, and I understand what y'all saying, man. He has to put good film out there. I mean, realistically, if he has a 400-yard season, I don't see him staying here next year.
That's not going to be enough. He's gonna have to break the fight. He's gonna have to break 500. He's gonna.
I agree with that too, man. Look, I think one thing with Panthers, so when we weren't really good, we had Panthers fans that would fall in love with guys,
players.
You know what I'm saying? Players, you know what I'm saying, hoping that they could be something. But when you get real fucking talent on your team, and then the room is getting crowded, somebody got to go, bro. It ain't gonna be
Somebody
no
got to
they
go.
picked in the first and second round.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't pay.
Listen,
You can't.
Unless Joker
And
got to come out
and
here and get at least 700, bro. It's 6 or 700.
listen,
man, and if injuries happen,
it,
which injuries
It's
will
a wrap.
happen.
If he get hurt,
yeah,
it's a wrap.
listen, man. And then we talking about you talking about this. I'm tired of the narrative that everybody's yes. XL dropped nine passes last year. He dropped 9 passes last year. There, guess who else dropped 9 passes last year? Malik Neighbors. I'm
Yep.
pretty sure that I'm pretty sure your boy in Arizona had like nine or 10 drops.
Marvin
It
Harrison.
happens. Yeah, it happens when people drop the ball.
And believe it or not,
I'm pretty.
it's more common in rookies than any other. It's,
Yeah,
Yep.
the rookie
shoot.
year is
I
bad
believe.
for that shit. So,
Yes, I'm pretty sure that Debo had like 9 or 10 drops last year.
Yeah, but no,
I
yeah, but
think
nobody talked about it.
so. My thing is that I think people got on Leggett with his drops because of the timing of when he dropped. He dropped balls doing touchdowns, shit like that, bro. The time, and then like for us to have for us to have to be that close to beating Philly, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? Because the thing is like this, because when we got on Bryce Young's ass, we get on everybody's ass. You know what I'm saying? Look, when people say,
Yeah,
"Oh, it's just a rookie," I mean, you're an NFL player. You're a professional now.
you get
I
paid to
mean,
catch the ball.
yeah,
You
I
get
expect
paid. I'm
you
sorry.
make I expect you to make rookie mistakes, but you're still a professional at this point. Man.
Yeah,
So,
well,
it was just the timing of when Leggett dropped his.
yeah,
Again,
yeah.
I hate football terminology because you say the zestiest shit while talking, bro.
It's not really, bro. It's not really just okay. Dropping the ball, really. How is dropping the ball
It's
zesty?
because we don't say dropping the ball. We say drop balls.
Okay, he dropped.
well, did
Okay,
he
players drop
drop?
balls all
If
the
he
goddamn
dropped
time, bro.
if he dropped more than one, then okay.
It's
Come on,
Stop it,
bro.
Quinn.
Yo, bro,
Some of y'all
Listen,
need
at
to
the
bro.
end
grow
of the
up.
day,
Listen,
I
For
just
real,
want to
man.
say
Like I'm
this.
tired of
I want to
yo,
say
I'm tired of this
this.
whole
have you
fucking
guys ever listened to a
wording shit,
commentator?
bro.
They be saying some
Yes,
of the
I
most
have. Well,
weirdest
yeah, but
shit.
it's because you're not watching what's going on. If you were watching it while hearing the commentator, that's one thing. But if you like hear them like when you hear them commentate over radio, yeah, there's stuff that you could pull out and be like, "What the fuck did he just say?"
Yeah, bro.
Um,
It's wow.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just,
just want to. I'm gonna say this
yes.
right now. As long as I honestly, I do believe that which is gonna get better this year. I do think that I think Exos will, but I'm just saying we have to be realistic that even top tier wide receivers drop passes,
mhm.
Yeah,
and so
I
at the end
mean,
of the day, that shouldn't be the judge. If I can see if we shouldn't make a narrative that he dropped. We make the narrative like he dropped like 20 passes.
Yeah, you see what I'm
That's
saying?
the narrative, but
Yeah, well, and what's
Yeah,
funny too, Nick, is you say that, but yet what they make is all he did was drop every pass last year, and it's like, okay,
yes,
then
you didn't drop
tell
everything.
me, and but all they harp on is the one that got stripped away from him. I don't even remember who we were playing when that happened,
That
and
shit
then the
was a
Philly.
freak play.
And that was
it was a free.
you if you could have flipped a coin 10 times, and I promise you that would not have happened even one out of the 10 coin flips. That was
Yes,
ridiculous.
yes.
I
Yeah,
was watching the game with Edge, man. Me and Edge was like, "What the fuck?" I
I've
didn't even know it
rewatched
was
that
blowing
clip
Listen,
and I've rewatched that clip and slowed it down. And honestly, he never got control of the ball because the hand of the
he was
defender
going down.
was up there already. So the
Yes,
ball was like he never even really touched the ball. That's what's wacky about that
listen,
play.
listen.
They talk about
He
that
helped.
and the Philly play, and it's like
Yeah,
Listen,
that's so he
listen.
dropped how many? Y'all worried about two? Okay,
Yes, he dropped.
that's
Look,
what kills me.
that
It's
ball.
like
That ball. At the end of the day, his momentum was carrying him out of bounds. He was going out of bounds.
yeah,
yeah,
His momentum was carrying him out of bounds. Basically, he helped the defender catch the ball.
Yeah.
That's basically what happened. It
Without,
literally
yeah.
without like he at the end of the day, if you're 200 and I think he's 230 or something like that. I forgot what he
Oh,
is.
easily, easily. If not,
If
he's
if
probably
you're
bigger this year.
200 and if you're 230 pounds, if your body says you're gonna fall out of bounds, it's no way you're going to do anything crazy to stop your momentum from falling out of bounds so that you can secure the ball. His body, like, I don't know what that's. It's just not. It wasn't even possible for him to have him put that dude. He had one hand on the ball. The defender had two hands on the ball. What did y'all made it look like? That defender, he took the ball out of his hands when he had two hands wrapped around it. That's what pissed me off about that play. Like, he literally was his momentum was carrying him away from the ball. The defender was running through his hip as he was falling out of bounds,
He's six
and the
three,
ball
two
was right
hundred
there.
and 32. He's a big dude. Legette's
Yeah, so
huge.
yeah, it's just,
See,
and
see,
and I'm
see,
okay
though,
with that.
though, let that shit go, man. We already had this conversation before, man.
And I'm not going round and round because
No,
the
bro.
same thing. I will say the same thing. If you are going to give Leggett hell for the Eagles game, then y'all need to give Bryce Young hell for throwing that interception that ended in 7 points after he threw
Yeah,
it for
We
Philly.
always give Bryce Young hell.
So it's like,
yeah.
oh, but no, but
You gotta
they blame the entire Philly game on Excel, and it's like, you do realize
one.
had that interception also not happened earlier, that catch wouldn't have mattered in a way. We would have actually
Yeah,
been running the ball to run the clock out. We wouldn't have been needing to throw.
yeah,
Bryce.
Yeah,
yes.
you win as
Yeah.
you win as a
I mean, but
team,
we
you
didn't.
lose as a team,
No,
bro.
I know, but it's
Yeah,
just like share the blame then. Holy hair.
yes.
Like,
This is what people don't do, Declare. I agree with you on this. One play does not win a football game. One play does not win a football
Mhm.
game. As you can see, we could count numerous things that happened during that thing, during that game that could have helped us win that game. So
Guess who's
at the
in the
end of the
building?
day,
Maul.
It's Young Maul.
Maul. What's
It's
what's
going
Young
up,
on,
Maul.
Mom?
brother?
Hey, look, man, we got some information coming in the very, very near future with my brother Maul, man, and we're gonna release it at that time. You know what I'm saying? But right now, just make sure you guys are keeping Maul in your prayers. And his family in your prayers. Maul is needing to have a liver replacement, and he's going to be on a list to get his liver replaced. And talk with him, man, and he's in very, very good spirits. And we're gonna beat this shit up with him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he gonna get his new liver. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna be raising money for his family. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get you guys all the information and his GoFundMe. If you want to donate to the show, and we're gonna give the proceeds over to him for that as well. You know what I'm saying? But Maul is out here fighting, man. He's battling. You know what I'm saying, to stay on this side of the earth, and that's what he's gonna do, man. Because you know what I'm saying, it ain't no Carolina party without Maul, bro. That's the young boy. You know what I'm saying?
The year.
And yeah, Mr. Yer himself. So I'm not gonna think in no negative capacity. We don't want y'all to think in a negative capacity. He don't want nobody feeling sorry for him. He just wants y'all to pray for him and his family, man, and and donate so we can donate to the family, man, and just and help them, get around because he's gonna be going back and forth between Charlotte and I think he's actually gonna be in the Triangle. He's gonna be in Raleigh Durham for a while when he gets set up here. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be attending at Duke University. So very one of the best hospitals in the country, man. So he's gonna be in great hands. And even when he ain't in the surgeon's hands, he's in the hands of the man above. So yeah, Maul, man, we out here for you. You're gonna beat this shit. And bro, you're gonna be 10 times better when you come out. And that's my brother, bro. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all get them prayers in, and we'll get him on the show. We'll let him come on here one day. I don't want to press him right now. You know what I'm saying? Let him explain what's going on. But yeah, man, we love you, bro. We love you. You make sure you keep your head up, man. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have better days, more good days than bad ones. And we got your back on. Let's respond to this. We're gonna pick it up on day one. We're gonna respond to this the blueprint. We're not gonna go over the whole thing. We're just gonna give our quick response because we didn't get a chance to do it. But let's start here.
On the person, so we try to be as thorough as possible there.
How you guys doing?
Anything but morning.
Just thank everybody involved in the draft process. A lot of good collaboration, communication between everybody. Excited to just continue building and adding competition to the roster. We're going to be able to introduce our first round pick next Friday, keep pounding drum and just kind of introduce them to the fans.
That suggests, Dan, that you're definitely going to pick in the first round.
Yeah.
That face.
That face.
Yeah, we're gonna be
Yeah,
That face.
yeah.
That face said, "I don't. Hey, you don't need to know what I'm about to do." That's what that face was.
And you
That
know,
was.
I'm so glad that we finally got a GM that doesn't tell everybody what we gonna do, bro. I'm good. Look, we didn't even know what he was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm quite pleased with that, man. Him, it's gonna be special, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Dan Morgan for that.
How comfortable would you be in a
Hold on, something on my end keeps stopping this. So.
potential trade back scenario?
I don't really want to get into
All right. Okay.
the specifics on like where I would trade back to, but I think all options would be on the table.
You got something else playing in the background?
Hold on, man. Something is. Hold on. It did this before. I forgot what it was that I had to turn off. Oh, I know exactly. Sketch. All right, here we go.
Gotcha.
Welcome to the 2025.
The hell? I just literally just turned it off. So. Oh no, it's the wrong button. Gotcha.
NFL draft in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Round one of the NFL draft starts tonight, and fans all over the country are eager to see who their favorite teams will pick.
I think anytime we go into the draft, we want
I'm
to
about
draft
to
the
get
best
me one
player
of them.
available. So what we did in free agency, it definitely set us up to take the best guy.
I think they need another young wide receiver in this room, maybe learning behind Thielen.
Trade down if you want to, maybe get a few picks and then pick a guy.
Jalen Walker from Georgia. I go wide receiver and go all in with supporting Bryce Young.
There was this clear thought.
I'm gonna tell you something else that I don't like. You know what I'm saying? But we don't really listen to them anyway. Is when people when the so-called experts that have like their own shows and other podcasts that are not Panthers fans, they just do general reporting or whatever.
Yeah.
Because every time I hear them, it's like the more they talk, it's like y'all don't know shit about our team, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't listen to that shit. I'll be hearing them saying some wild shit.
Thought that we were going to pick a defensive player at 8.
This team needs to draft and build up their defense.
And then we had an idea of where players were going to be available. Kind of use that to our advantage.
People think draft day, it's so stressful, but you know what? We put the work in. We feel really confident about our evaluations and what we do. I think draft day is just it's a fun time. We enjoy being together and just kind of talking, and it's part of the fun.
What do you think's going to happen?
7 players are going to get picked before we pick.
You do?
8. Travis.
Oh, that's right.
I'm so glad that we didn't get to see the War Room live because when Tevin started talking and took his jacket off, I'd have been nervous as fuck.
Oh no!
I've been scared. Oh hell, he's too involved.
No, I actually think that looking at it, it looks as if Dave is explaining what their plan is. That's what it looked like to me. Because he looked like a person who looked like what you two talking about. Look at his forehead.
I don't
He
know.
got the
Look at his forehead. Okay.
Nick, I don't know
look at
what
his
they were
forehead.
talking about. Now, like you going way too deep into it. I don't know what they were talking about. I'm just saying the fact that he took his coat off and the fact that his lips were moving made me nervous.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Listen, I'm gonna say this.
Grant's
I
met it.
want to say this, but I want to say this for all of the Carolina Panthers fans. And I know that y'all don't want Tepper around. I know y'all don't want to see him.
You
I
better
know
not
that
give
y'all
us
just
some very. You better not
you
tell us
don't
some
want to talk.
information.
I'm about to state the obvious. That man owned the team, and he gonna be there,
Right hand
and you gonna
man.
have to look
We
at
Yeah,
his
talk every day
ugly
about
face.
50 times a day.
that's
Always
down, bro.
strategizing, always bouncing ideas off each other.
What would you take to trade Cleveland?
He's always going to have that voice of reason. He's not afraid to share his opinion. So just to have him there and, and not have a bunch of yes men in there, it's great to have him.
What kind of socks do you have on? These are donuts. This is the most thoughtful gift I've ever received in my life. Why? Because my daughter went to the Hanukkah bazaar at our synagogue. Yeah. And she was given whatever it was, $20 to get gifts for everyone. And so like she walked around and picked out a pair of donut socks because she knows that I like donuts. We go out for donuts together, and she knows I like to wear fun socks.
The 2025 NFL Draft is now officially open.
Oh boy, here we go.
Here we are with the Titans now 30 seconds in. This should be Cam Ward from all intents and purposes.
Whenever you trade out of a, you have to assume.
So I'll stop it right here to start off the conversation. Everyone's seen this already, right? So
Nope.
you have it?
No, I didn't watch it this year. They be on some. They
Okay.
be talking about some BS anyways.
No, that was pretty decent this year. So right away I was like, Claire, did you get the feeling the way they were talking that they had somebody else in mind, bro? They kept saying Ted was their guy, but I think Ted was their guy when he became available because they made it seem like they were already willing to trade out of that if they got the right thing from Los Angeles, whatever the trade that Dan Morgan sent to Los Angeles that they immediately declined, and then they said let's just go with Ted. But I was wondering who did they have in mind
I don't think
before it got to that point.
I don't think it's that at all. I think they truly had conviction on wanting to take Tet when they said they did, because they said that that's been their plan, or that's pretty much kind of been their target for like the last month prior to the draft. I think there is truth in that, only because the reason why they made the package so crazy for what they were going to ask for the Rams to come up, outside of the fact that they were going to be moving back from 8 to 26, was because the idea, or from what it sounded like, who they were going to be trading up to get was Ted McMillan. So if they were going to come up and get the guy that they wanted, they better have been giving, they better be willing to give up a lot to come get him. If they were just going BPA, I don't think they would have made the package, whatever it was, that the Rams finally decided to turn down. I think that because they had conviction on Ted is the reason why it was so crazy. And, it was pretty much going to be, if you want to come up here to get it, because I think they were trying to do that to replace, what's that guy that they drafted a couple years ago that they've pretty much written off as, was it Quentin Johnson? No, that's the Chargers, not the. Who did they lose?
No.
Who did they choose? Or who did they lose? Cooper Kupp. There we go. I got my blue and yellow teams mixed up out of LA. Anyway, but either way, they were wanting to come up and get a wide receiver, based off of what this sounded like when I watched it. I don't think they had anyone else really in mind, not like that at least.
All right, hold on. Let's check something.
That's whoever we want. You're gonna have to decide what you do.
No, that's what I'm saying.
The passive archive.
It has to be up, like above and beyond.
Yeah.
We're not just going to give them to come get our guy.
Right.
Let's see what he just
My
said.
favorite part of the draft is just kind of seeing who's there and like if your predictions were, you know, as good as you thought they were going to be.
It's like a 2-point favor for us on,
Okay.
on the NFL chart.
Okay. Yeah, let me check it out and then I'll okay. I think they want our guy.
They do.
So it has to be no matter what person, you know, you think you're going to draft, you know, you always feel like somebody else is going to take them because you get paranoid.
The Cleveland Browns have traded the second pick to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, there it is.
They traded 1, 2, and 4, and next year's 1 for 2, 4, and 6.
Then you got to figure the Browns are going to take a tackle. You know, nobody's has it stacked the same. So once we saw T-Mac there, obviously the excitement was there.
Because I heard they also like Mason Graham.
Good. Perfect. Either way.
With the 5th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Mason Graham.
You know, we had some trade discussions going on at the time, but I was kind of hoping that the trade would fall through because I really wanted to take T-Mac. O-line or tight end at 7, so our guys may be able.
Let's just hold off and see if the Rams call.
Yeah.
I'm wired, and you guys can see it on the blueprint video. Like, I want to trade up, I want to trade back. Like, I just want action. When Mason got picked, I knew we were going to have an opportunity to trade our pick. We had action.
It's kind of big for us. No pressure though. It's fine. I'm fine.
So the Rams wanted to come up, and when you're coming up from that far, or you're moving that far back, the compensation becomes a lot trickier.
That's not Panthers blue, dude. He's got on Carolina blue. Yuck.
It's something that the Carolina Panthers made, so they chose that color.
You know what you want to do?
Mm-hmm.
Disgusting.
Let me tell you something.
Well, they chose the color.
No calls yet.
Oh, hang on.
What's up, man?
Just sitting here. What do you got?
Before we went on the clock, before the draft even started on Thursday, like we had it figured out, like, okay, it's going to take this for us to move back to 26.
So it's 8.
We're on the clock, and the Rams are asking, hey, do you guys want to do this trade?
All right, let me call you back. All right, fine. What did they say on their side?
We had a little bit of trade stuff going on that we were kind of working through. You know, they would have had to give us the moon for us to trade out of that spot.
It's still not the same deal we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it was no different than free agency or even doing an extension. Like, I'm just following a script and a plan.
How does that compare with this one?
Yeah.
Would you do this right now?
Yeah. No.
You would?
Oh.
The one we offered?
Yeah.
Would you do this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Either they'll do it or
yeah,
we're just going to call it.
Okay. We will do the thing that Dan had proposed. Okay, cool. All right, they're talking about.
Like, I could feel my heart pounding. Eric leaned over to me and he was like, this is like a multi-million-dollar decision for us. I'm like, okay, great. Thank you.
There's 2 minutes left. You know, I remember looking up at the clock when he didn't get picked at 7 and he was there. Like, it was like, boom.
We already knew what we were going to do. It was just a question of what's it going to happen.
Hey. Okay. Cool. All right. Bye. They're out.
All right. See you, Matt. Let's go.
Let's go.
What's up, man? This is Dan Morgan with the Carolina Panthers, man. How you doing?
Hey, I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it, man. Let's get it. Let's go. Clap it up, man. Hey, Nalo, this is Coach Canales speaking of chemicals. Let's go, man.
Hey, we bleed blue. Come on, Carson, let's do it.
Let's go. Hey, man, we're so excited, bro. I can't even tell you, man. This is awesome. You put in the work. You deserve this moment. So I'm fired up to work with you, brother.
Yeah, I'm ready, man. I appreciate y'all giving me the opportunity.
With the 8th.
All right, so two things that I gathered from that clip right there is it feels good to have a GM that's not going to let another team do what they've done in the past. And
Walk all over
let's
us.
let's
And
call the
bully us.
Panthers. Let's call the Panthers and finesse the shit out of them.
Yep.
Yeah. No, it was good to see him turn down their offer and say, "Yeah, no, if you're coming up, it's our offer or no deal." Yeah.
He said, "Oh, the farm." He said, If I'm not getting what I want, fuck that, and I'm moving on."
Yep.
And that's that. That's part of changing the culture.
It is. It is. He told I love it. I love the fact that he said that Tillis looked at him and said, "Would you do this?" What we talked about already. And he said yes. And he said, "Yes, I'll do that." And Tillis called him back and said, "Hey, what Dan offered is what we're looking for. Let them talk it over." And they said no. I like it.
But
Listen, this
but
is
what
a
is the
man
what's,
that
What did they offer? Like
well,
what
yeah,
was the
this
offer?
was
They're not going to. They
yeah,
have not
yeah,
disclosed what the offer was, and they have
yeah.
not disclosed what our offer was.
But
No
listen.
one.
this is what I loved about it, though. Clearly, and I think we can agree on this, Claire, right? Clearly, they called to finesse us.
Yes.
Well, yeah, because obviously their
Because
deal
that
didn't
man was
match what
like,
we
yeah,
wanted.
man, fuck that. We out.
Because
Yeah.
the Rams GM was on the other side saying it would be in a 2-point. It would only. They said only a 2-point favor for them if we did it their way, which makes. I mean, they're moving up, which means they're making the sacrifice. But the difference is we're also making the sacrifice by skipping out on over almost 20 positions worth of talent, letting that just walk away. So that's
Well,
why
right.
Dan did what he did, and he did a stellar job. And I think my favorite line that has been said out of this whole blueprint to this day so far, I mean, I've rewatched it twice just to see if there was anything that I missed, is the fact that Dan said that he loves the group and the scouts and everything that they've got now. And he said the key thing, which is a big deal for me, is that we have a lot of good guys here and there's not a lot of yes men.
Right.
That's huge for me. Hearing that is huge.
Him saying that was a big thing, because I mean that wasn't like a slap to the other guys. It was just a way
I
to
think
like,
it kind of was, because that kind of he's kind of hinting at what he's kind of hinting at what the room was before he took over.
Yeah, and
That's kind of a hint.
Well, I mean, then he slighted Temple right in his face too, because he was part of that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm not going to disagree.
because
That's true.
he needs. But listen, that's the difference between a good GM and a bad GM. Do you want people who are going to tell you your idea that they think your idea is a little crazy, and give you the points of why they think it's that way, or you want dudes who's just going to go whatever you say? It doesn't.
Yeah,
It
well,
doesn't.
we also discussed on the show, 704 Charlotte Brown Show, that when we were all talking about trading back, and we was like, there's trading back, and then there's trading back that doesn't make sense, that eventually hurts you if you go too far back. Like, you're not going to be compensated correctly if you go too far back. And it's just a lot of people.
If you are going that far back,
that works.
And if you are going that far back, usually the team is not going to give it to you, which we just saw that happen right here. The team was not willing to give up whatever they asked for. So I'm
going to speculate that if we went back to that Rams pick, that Dan Morgan wanted their first next year, he wanted their first the year after that.
Yep. I'm
And
sure he wanted a second this year.
And a second this year.
Probably a second this year. Probably 2 firsts and a second, and then swapping back to 26 is what I was thinking it was probably going to be.
Yeah, it was literally going to be a first and a second this year, or probably a first next year, and a first the year after.
Well, the Rams have already proven to us that they're willing to give up first rounders to come and deal with anything with us, but
that's true.
We have to have other idiot GMs who get handed an offer on a silver platter and say, "Yeah, nah."
Exactly. Herney would have did that deal.
Herney would have.
Herney would have said,
Herney would have done that deal.
2 firsts and a second for Brian Burns. Okay.
Went to the second round.
Bye, Brian.
Bye, Brian.
Yeah, bro. That was crazy. I'm a Brian Burns fan, and I was like, oh, that's too much, bro. to just
To just kind of wave that off. Yeah.
And then you gotta get rid of him. That's why I was so pissed.
But you know,
well, they didn't get rid of him.
No, they got rid of him for him. Stop.
No, they didn't. I mean, his contract was in the contract year. Just as one team decided to pay him. They didn't get rid of Brian Burns. He just signed with the Giants.
No, he didn't. Yes, they traded Brian Burns.
They traded him though.
No, I'm saying I'm talking about when you said get rid of him, like there's no compensation coming back your way or something like that. It was his year to get paid, man. Carolina wasn't gonna pay him the money, so he went to the Giants.
I mean,
all right, so
I didn't want to give you
day 2. Yeah, man. I knew you was gonna try to slide that shit in there, man. Shut up.
There are starters out there and plenty of them. So I love this portion of the draft, and in this draft particularly, this is where teams can really make some noise.
All right. See how these guys come off the board. Go from there.
I think day 2, the initial feel is, hey, we got to get some pass rushers. We knew that there was the potential for us to double dip as well.
I'm going to say that Princely is going to be there in the 3rd.
I would like to say this though, Claire. Remember when we said we know what we need? We need to go defense. But you remember when we said if y'all think for 1 second that they won't go get another offensive weapon for Bryce in that first round, you crazy. We knew that shit was a problem. And I said, if you think Canales won't urge that, but I knew that shit was a possibility.
I was just hoping it wasn't going to be old boy from Penn State. I'm like, we don't play that tight end. I'd have lost my marbles.
I wish him the best of luck. Tyler Warren. I wish him the best, but yeah, we didn't need that. No. We don't even use the tight ends we got.
That's my point.
I'm not going to risk it. Yeah, I think it'll work itself out organically, but we'll see.
All right. Here's the deal.
This trade is fairly painless trade. So yeah.
I will say this though, and Nick, I know Nick will agree with me with this. David Tepper, you make too much damn money to have that wrinkled ass jacket on, bro.
Listen, listen. I'm gonna be okay. Yes, I do agree with you.
All right, then that's it. We don't need to.
But wait, let me say this. Let me say it. It's not a soliloquy. It's what you got. I actually like rich people who don't splurge on craziness. I actually like that.
About splurging, I said to have a wrinkled ass suit jacket. Earn the jacket, bro. I don't care how much it costs.
Dave Tepper is an unbelievable resource to have in the draft room. He is a trader by nature.
What if we got
Cap? He ain't no unbelievable source in the trade room. That was Cap. I know that's your boss, but that was Cap.
That'd be cool.
To have him next to you, he's really there as a good sounding board, somebody that's really smart in his field of work, and somebody that you can really bounce ideas off of from a business perspective.
Yeah, that'd be good.
See,
sitting there with Mr. Tepper, Brand, and Coach Canales, like us 4 in a row.
He can bounce all the business decisions he wants to, as long as he ain't making no damn picks.
We enjoy being together and just kind of talking and working out scenarios, and it's part of the fun.
All right.
And then y'all did what y'all were gonna do. It was fuck all that other shit.
We got a trade here. The Las Vegas Raiders have traded the 37th pick to the Miami Dolphins.
Excited that we drafted a good player at 8. I did feel that we had to do more for our defense.
So far, so good. So what are the odds right now?
I saw that.
One of those.
I hope it does drive
to make it to our pick.
One of those 3 edge rushers. Yeah.
Y'all see Tillis over there crunching numbers? I love this guy, bro. Hey, Dan Morgan do a lot of talking, but Tillis is locked in.
That's his job.
50-50.
Yeah. You see over them crunching them numbers.
Mhm.
Take that. 50-50.
Eric Eager, Vice President of Football Analytics. He and Benny and Mike do really good work for us.
He does a great job, formulating all these mock drafts and probabilities on who's going to be there.
We're not making decisions based on the numbers that those guys are giving us. What we are doing is we're just understanding risk.
Hey, what are the odds that one of those two guys gets to 85?
Put in all four.
He said we are understanding risk.
For those guys and see what 85 is. All the defensive players on the
So
board.
there's only one draft. So now we're just trying to make a risk assessment off of that. We're not saying like, oh, okay, well, we didn't get him, but next time we will. Like, no, we won't. If Nick Scorton goes before we're able to draft, we never get Nick.
With the 44th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Donovan Ezeraku, defensive end, Boston College.
So there's the first edge rusher. So now if the dominoes fall to these.
Did any of you guys want Ezeraku over Scorton?
No.
I did.
I would have.
Okay. So,
I only did just because of his most recent year of production.
okay.
He was a highly graded edge rusher. If I had it my way, Twan, we would have had Mike Green and Donovan Ezeraku as our back-to-back edge rusher picks, but I knew that shit wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, that shit was that was impossible.
So, but I mean, at one point in time, though, I still had Nick Scorton. He was out of all the edge rushers, because I had a feeling we would double dip at some position. I wasn't sure which position. I honestly thought it would be safety, but I had it was Mike Green, Ezeraku, and then it was Nick Scorton, just because we don't really have a power rusher on this defense.
Well, y'all know I was on the Scorton train.
So, but I mean, I still liked him. It's just I was looking at guys who were known for being pure crazy like edge rushers, and
Scorton
Mike
is
Green
gonna be a
and Donovan
brilliant-
Ezeraku were up there.
Where did Mike Green go?
The Ravens.
Baltimore.
The Ravens.
Okay. Okay.
I think if you feel a couple edge guys kind of coming off the board, which there was, we decided to trade up and go get our guy.
There's
That was smart.
quote that I've heard it from Bill Polian. I don't know who else has said. I'm sure a lot of people have said it, but it's let the board speak to you.
Come on, fifth receiver.
And there are times where like you don't need to trade up, and you saw us take advantage of those opportunities in the later rounds where we just kind of let the players come to us. But when you have opportunities to get pass rushers that affect the game like Nick and like Princely, like you can only sit on your hands for so long.
EJ let score. Just want to check EJ one more time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The first thing that jumps off the tape is how hard he plays. He's got the play style that you want. Every play, he's running to the ball. He's giving a maximum effort.
He just said he can score. And I know they like him. I know they
Yeah, that's what they give him maximum.
Yeah. We talk about the word passion. It's a guy that you can see the passion just kind of jumping out on the tape.
He's one of mine.
Yep. So scoring all positives, kid character-wise, been through a lot of adversity growing up, but you would never know it. You get the same message at both schools about this kid. He's all ball. You're going to love how he's wired. He's ultra competitive. See this guy be a really good addition to our team and our locker room.
He is going to be competitive. Like some guys are trying to beat you. He wants to hurt the guy across from him. That's the way he wants to play.
You kind of get a little squeamish in your seat because you're like, man, I really want this guy. So yeah, when he kept falling a little bit, we were like, hey, let's go get our guy.
Now we're starting to. Yeah, now it's when we got to think about.
Let's get our guy. Should we do
it? I would take him. To me, maybe day one, he's behind Pat Jones. I think he's got the ability to become a starter for us.
Lynn scored. I like the way he's trending. I felt the most just edge juice out of him. The athlete, the bend, the corner turn.
When JT and Ezeraku were selected, it did create some urgency to trade up for Nick. And so that's when we knew, all right, we got to work our way up here. and find the right trade that works for us so that we can maintain our 2025 draft.
Hey, what's up?
Would you guys be interested in moving back?
He's on the phone. He's on the phone with you right now.
I sent John a text with a trade offer. I was curious if you guys were interested in it.
Really, I'd rather not do the straight up pick 114, you know? Especially we got 2 edge rushers left on the board.
Let me call you right back.
You see Dan's play style come out during the draft.
So you're saying 114? I'll circle back with you once we kind of see if our guys line up.
You know, I think it's just a feel.
He's reading his keys and he sees the hole and he takes it. And he's very clear on what he wants.
They will. He's going to call me back. Hey, we're out unless it's our deal. Here, do you want me to call Denver?
Yes.
We've got a good trade out to Denver, too.
Yeah, call Denver.
You're on the clock. Okay. Cool. All right, we're good. All right, cool. Thanks, Rich. Bye.
Yeah.
Is it done?
I didn't know. Yeah, it's done.
Let's go.
Our fans are going to be excited.
What do you weigh right now?
I'm at 270. Yes, sir. I've always been able to look 270. Sophomore, I got a new strength coach, man. He got me big. Like, I had big legs, but I wasn't feeling up top there, man. And he, worked me out. I was moving around well, and he had no problem with me.
I got no problem. We need to run like that. So.
Sir, man, I appreciate it.
He's a guy that we felt really good about. We actually had a first-round grade on him.
Really, it's about price. What is it going to cost us to get up? And again, understanding like what are we giving up on our board to move up and get this player. For Princely, the price was right where we got him.
Walking away with
You still have your
Princely
2-4s
tonight.
You still have your 2-4s. You have 2-5s.
Trading up to get Princely, kind of the same thing with Nick. We felt like it was a prime opportunity for us to trade up, get 2 of the best that we felt were 2 of the best edge guys in the class.
If you want Princely, we got to.
Yeah, we got
need
to.
to jump to.
Let's just go. Let's get him. Brandon Bean. He said, if y'all want to come up, it would be for 114 with the same brand city.
They want more.
So you talked to Kansas City again, Brent? They want to keep their pick?
They're picking.
They're 3-3.
It feels like we should just stay patient.
It's all to call back to his old stomping grounds.
What's up, bro?
Hey, what's up?
How you doing?
Is your guy still available as far as you know?
Yeah, he is. Yep.
Okay. All right. So I think we would consider moving here.
Okay.
I'll call you when we're on the clock.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Thanks, bud.
Thanks.
Hey, what are the odds that one of those 2 guys gets to 85? 41%. I'd be trading.
Let's do it.
I don't think I got that mock draft scenario one time. Like, I didn't think it was possible that we could get T-Mac, Scorton, and Princely, 1, 2, 3.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
We good?
77.
Yeah, so like that was another one where I wanted to stop. So I don't know what mock draft he was doing. We got that shit all the time.
I think they run theirs through a different kind of simulator than what we use. I don't think they run it the same way where it's like a free for all. I think they run theirs with like specific calculations, like those point calculations. I think that's what they run it on. I could be wrong, but
honestly, I'll be honest with you.
I didn't catch it before. Sorry, Nick, but I didn't catch it before. This is my 3rd time seeing this now. Or Brant Tillis, I don't know if anyone heard what he said. That's why I said yes, but no, he said it's either going to be our deal or we're not doing it. Like he said,
we're not doing it. Yep.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Don't get pushed around.
Right before the Scorton trade.
Yep.
Yeah, listen. I was just going to add to what Claire was saying is that these, like, I honestly think that obviously the whole NFL has their own big board, and it ain't something that's open to public.
Yeah.
And I mean, because these guys to be able to do some sort of
Realistic mock.
realistic mock, you have
Mhm.
to have a little inkling of what these other teams are feeling.
Yeah.
Because you and I would assume whoever that guy is, they said he was something about somebody that gets giving them the numbers. I'm assuming he is
Yeah, Eric
getting some sort
somebody.
of yeah, he's getting some sort of pulse around the NFL of what these teams are going to do and who they have conviction for, and he's putting those numbers together based on
Yeah.
that information that he's
Yeah,
receiving.
I was gonna say these guys talk nonstop in the off season, so they know a lot about what's going to happen on this night well before even
Yeah,
even before we even think that it could be a possibility.
yeah,
So their mock drafts, and also, I mean, there is some truth to what he said about Nick Scorton having a first round grade on him. Once upon a time, Nick Scorton was,
the top edge rusher.
he was someone who was slated to possibly go to us. I saw him go to Cincinnati in the first round. I saw him go to, I think, the Eagles a time or two. Like he was going in the first round. But again, that's what Brant was saying before and hinting at before. You just kind of sometimes have to trust the board and let it fall to you. And as you start reading the board, if you feel like this is your time to make that move, then you make it. So
Yeah, I
Yep.
think that I'm just gonna say that Nick's last seasons probably helped us because
compared to his
had
2
he
seasons prior.
yes, because had he had another Purdue season last season, he'd have gone in the first round easy. He might have been the top. I'm gonna be 100% honest. If you put the 2 seasons together, if he put 2 seasons like his season at Purdue together, he'd probably go before freaking Abdul Carter. That's just the honest truth.
That's possible.
That's just
Strong
the honest
possibility.
truth, man. I mean, at the end of the day, the dude was ranked going into the season. He was ranked number one defensive end going into the season. I
Well,
mean,
Well, our edge rushers I'm
we
not
got him.
concerned about.
me neither.
I loved the Nick Scorton pick, but the fact that we came back around and got Princely, I mean, I had been on Princely more than Nick Scorton, but getting them both,
Yeah.
you can't ask for more.
Can't ask
Yeah.
for
And,
anything.
It was
Anything.
beautifully orchestrated the way they did it.
Because
and
in our
watching
drafts,
Princely
in
during
the mock
that
drafts,
game, it was good.
in the mock drafts we were doing, they was letting Nick Presley and Nick Scorton slide like hell. You
Yeah,
could get one of them in the third round.
yeah. But I am really really ecstatic about. So when he picked Nick Scorton, I wasn't the happiest, but at the end of the day, I can live with it.
I was
But
shit.
when he picked Princely, yo, I was like, yo, I don't care what Dan does after this. I'll be
For me,
honest with you.
it's the combination of the two picks that really sold it
Yep,
for me. It's the fact that
yep.
we have a true power rusher, and on the other side we have a finesse rusher who are going to grow into being hopefully part of the new face of this defense moving forward.
Yeah.
And that's what I absolutely love. They went and got two guys who do two completely different things and can bounce and play off each other. And that is
Hmm.
probably one of the best, it's almost like a matchmaking deal. I mean, it was
Hmm.
beautifully done, and how they picked who they picked, rather the board fell that way, or they moved up twice to go get the guys that they wanted as conviction picks.
Yep.
If you're upset about the draft, then I don't know what you wanted them to do. Like,
People wanted them. People who are upset at the draft right now are the people who wanted them to just pick the players that they think were good. I
and
mean,
it
at the
doesn't
end of the
always work
day,
out that way.
Thank
I'm
God
gonna.
we
So
got a real GM.
Yeah,
I
like
want to say
like
this.
the Tyler Warren, the freaking
I
there are
would.
still people to this
the
day who are
Mason
mad that we took Fett
Grahams.
over Tyler Warren, and I'm like, would y'all just Stop.
I just want
just
to. I just
ignored
want.
him.
I'm gonna. And this is what pissed me off about the thing. I saw somebody say that Tyler Warren was better than Ted McMillan. I'm like,
In
Tyler
what
Warren didn't.
capacity?
Tyler Warren didn't have two 1,300-yard plus seasons back to back.
And he sat his last year before he played this year.
He had 1 year, and outside of
Oh,
Drew Aller, he was their
had
offense.
one good year.
I was going to say, outside of Drew Aller, he was their offense. So, of course, he's going to look great.
I mean,
Like,
I
I don't,
like.
if you feed everything through him, of course it's going to, I mean, that's going to happen.
This is what pissed me off the most about it. If this dude is that good, if he is that good, you telling me that he's set for Theo Johnson?
Yeah, right?
And where's Theo Johnson at?
What's up, Doug? Said,
he's on the Giants, I think.
what's up, Doug? Said, I told y'all when I met Dan, he said he would double dip in the draft.
Yep. What's up, Doug? He did say that. He did say that. He did say that, Dan, when he talked with him, I don't know if it was at the combine or what, but he said he was going to double dip.
I mean, I just wanted like nobody is paying attention to this thing, man. I'm just like, if you're telling me a player, what pissed me off the most about it, they said he's probably better than Brock Bowers. But I'm telling you right now, Brock Bowers was 2 years in a row. Brock Bowers was a good tight end. In the last year, he was the best tight end in the NFL, and I mean in college football. And then he comes in the NFL and he's the best tight end, the best. He might have been the best tight end that played last season.
He was.
Where did Tyler Warren go? Where did he go? Indianapolis?
Indianapolis.
He'll probably end up being the best thing there because it sounds like AR-15 is already out again for the season. So now it's down to Daniel Jones. So he's probably going to look like this all great thing.
I don't know, but they didn't say he was out for the season.
Let me move on with this, man. We got
go ahead.
Closing up.
For 85 and 146.
Correct.
Okay.
We'll call it in. You know, the speed that he brings off the edge, his ability to bend. He's got a wicked spin move. He can do a lot of cool things.
He was sticking out on the board like a sore thumb, and so we just went up and got him as well.
With the 77th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Princely Umanmielen.
Why y'all take so long, man?
Yeah, there you go. Hey, I'm going to pass you off to our owner, Mr. Tepper.
Hey, Princely, how you doing?
I'm gonna have to break y'all pockets in like 3-4 years.
We do.
Every time somebody says that, they wind up being garbage. So I hope he's better than them. I hate when
We
they
want to miss that opportunity, and we went up and got him, and thank God we did.
I'm loving that Dan Morgan is cooking, and look at what we got. So this draft, oh my gosh.
I am liking what Dan Morgan and Dave Canales is building here in Carolina. Shout out to Dan Morgan, Dave Canales.
The Panthers cook. Send him.
Okay, Dan Morgan, I see what you did.
Dan Morgan has been cooking so far. He has been locked, loaded, and focused on this draft.
Dan Morgan, I appreciate.
Who is that?
That was probably not the best look to pause on, but yeah.
Who is that?
Going for the Carolinas. I see the vision.
Easy A+, my favorite class in the entire league.
Hey, I'm cooking here. Stop doubting this man.
Nick Scorton and Princely were they were going in the first round. That's how good a talent they are. Dane Morgan absolutely cooked today.
I try not to look at a lot of that.
Doug said,
I have
"Stop
people
it."
send me stuff, but don't give me the credit.
Who is that?
I don't want the attention. I just want to do the work and go have fun and win football games.
Yes, man.
Just ready to go home. It's a good night.
It's good.
Really good night.
Woke up on day 3 and I texted Dan and Dave and I asked them, who are the players who we would take over Trevor Etienne? And there weren't many.
How many of those teams need running backs? Etienne.
He's gonna be a good returner and a solid back. We like him. And he may be
So it looks like we learned that Tiller's picked ETN.
I think
I
I
mean,
think what we
maybe.
just learned. I think that they had a set
No, if he proposed that
players that they
question,
wanted.
then shit. That's what they
Well,
wanted.
no. But I think that from what I'm hearing him saying is that they had a set group of players that they wanted to pick,
Okay.
and that's what I'm hearing. And I mean, I get what you're saying too,
One of
though.
those safeties will be there 122.
okay.
Let's see.
Let's just see this.
One thing
If they're both on the board,
Yeah.
when we're picking, let's
Yeah.
just roll the dice. Go with the numbers. Hopefully, our guys there.
You want to go best player. And the great thing about the analytical tools that we have is we were able to understand there are pockets of the draft where there are going to be good players at different positions available. So how do we best navigate the whole draft?
How many teams?
This one, 114.
In between 114 and 122 need a safety.
What are both safeties at 122 together?
But Ransom's about a coin flip.
Oh, it's like 95% that one of them is there.
I love Ransom. I'll take either or.
We had our eyes on a couple safeties that we like, but when you're looking at your board and, you know, a guy's kind of standing out like Trevor was, you know, you have to follow your board.
Let's just draft the best players. That's what we said.
That's what you should do. Yeah.
That's just my feeling.
Cool. I'm with it.
All right, let's start with the running backs.
We got to figure out where ETN's going to go.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see. Because he'd be a freaking great pick.
Through football, I learned so much, and like it's done so much for my family, and that's really like a big reason why I love the game. Running the ball came natural. You know, I watched my brother do it. We watched a lot of like Leonard Fournette, those guys growing up.
Pick that the Cowboys would have had here, but instead went to Carolina, and it's Trevor Etienne, the running back out of Georgia. Good feel, good vision. He's elusive in space. And obviously his brother plays for Jacksonville, and yes, Carolina and Jacksonville do play each other in 2025.
We're lucky. We got the running back. It's going on the run now.
You know, we got Trevor Etienne, and then we got Lathan Ransom, two guys that we were really high on.
You know what's cool about Lathan? Yeah. National champ. National champ.
Oh,
yeah.
I can't
Hey, can you
believe we
pause it
got.
real quick?
I can't believe we got Ransom where we got him at.
I want to say something. Right before that pick, me and Claire were talking, and literally we was talking about players that we could pick at that pick. And Claire said, you know, it'd be awesome if we got late. I was like, yeah, you're right. Lathan Ransom's still on the board. It
Yeah,
would be
there were
awesome.
guys I
And
forgot
then,
that were still there.
and then I think 2 to 3 seconds later, Claire's like, let's go.
I was like, we just took Lathan.
we were literally talking about the dude on the phone. Me, her, and Edge, and it was just like right there, boom, took him. Yo, that's great.
Wow.
Yeah, we were driving back from the beach, I think, and I
Yep,
had you and
yep,
Edge on speakerphone, and I was like,
yep. And then literally, we were talking about players that were still on the board, ones that were surprising. Lathan Ransom's name came up, and then right after we said Lathan Ransom's name,
it popped up
Claire
across the,
yells,
yeah,
yeah, you know, because
it
we took
popped up on my
notes.
screen. I was like, oh my God, no way. It's like-
It was great.
that was awesome. So no, Lathan was a good pick, and getting him where we did still does not make sense to me.
No, it makes perfect
I
sense.
can't believe
'cause
he was still on the board.
Just look at the deep. Just look at how we are. Just look at the defense. Like this whole draft was the defensive player draft. Like guys that would normally go first round were dropping second, third, fourth, fifth round.
Yeah, Lathan at one point in time was going. At one point, he was like in the second, third round, and we got him like in the
Second, third.
fifth. Yeah, so I mean that's crazy, and the fact that, and I think, and I know, Tuan, I know you want to move on to the next part of this where we take Jimmy, but I think there is still the thing that hits in my head every time I think about Lathan Ransom is the fact that he had the best run grade out of any defensive player.
Yep.
His last year in college. Now I get he's a safety, and everybody's claiming we don't have a ball hawk, but I don't have access to PFF, so I have no idea what his coverage grade was. Even with that, he had like a 93.7, which is an elite grade, by the way, for PFF.
Yes.
So I think even if his coverage grade, which would be like even if it's like in the 60s, that's not terrible, to be honest with you. I know that sounds bad to say. It's not terrible.
I want to say this for you. His coverage grade is in the 60s, and I
Well, there
also
you
want
go.
to I also want people to know this. He played at free safety and got that freaking run tackling grade. He played at free
At
safety
free safety with that?
almost 75% of the time. He did
That's
play in the
wild.
box. He did play in the box, but he was at free safety more, and he still did not let a runner get past him.
That's wild.
The
Because
dude, the
he's
dude
gonna be good.
closes. If you go see, the dude close. He will. If it's a run, he closes so fast, and when he gets there, he wraps up and he puts you on the ground. There is no
Mhm.
getting away from him. The dude, I am telling you right now, I watched 2 or 3 times him come from deep safety and shoot the gap. But I mean, he wasn't moving until the ball was snapped, and he was
Oh,
there.
he's tall too.
Oh, I know because
It
I
was
I didn't
like
watched
know he
him.
was
I
that
watched him
tall.
when he played
Young
when he
Roddy
played us in
Lott.
the playoffs. That
yes,
motherfucker was a
dude.
monster.
The dude closes so fast that it is ridiculous. Like there's no. A lot of people think that he's a strong safety. This dude can play anywhere on the field, and if you are a runner, if you if there is not a person to block him, you might as well just lay on the ground because he is going to
Yeah,
tackle you.
and he's gonna
So in
hurt you.
theory, we've got 93.7 run grade on Lathan Ransom. Got an 87 point something on Trayvon Moehrig, who would be our strong safety. That's nasty back there.
Dude,
Yeah,
you're getting
I
tackled.
just hope the
You're
coverage.
getting
I just hope
tackled.
the coverage gets better for both of them. I don't remember what Trayvon Moehrig's was, but I know Lathan's. You said it was in the 60s, which I know 60 sounds low, but apparently 60s is right at average or slightly above average. So
Yes, 60.
I'll
Yeah,
take it.
60 is not. 60 is when you're in the yellow portion of it. It's not great, but it's not bad. But at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, the dude can cover if you need him to cover. And I mean,
well, that's what we
I
got coaches on the team for to
He'll be
develop.
straight.
Yeah.
He'll be straight. Even if it's not this year, he'll be straight next year.
yeah,
But I mean, no, he's 6'1", 207 pounds. He's tall. I know there's a lot of safeties. I don't know why. There are some safeties that I know people were high on. They were like 5'10". I don't know. Is it better to have isn't a safety being taller? Isn't that kind of better? I don't know.
It's
Hell
kind
yeah,
of
it
better.
is.
It's
Because
kind
you
of better,
can't throw
Louis,
the
because
top of them dudes a lot.
he can see everything over the line. He can see the whole field and over the line and everything.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's
there's
kind
just
of
a
like
lot
a
of
hit and
safeties
miss.
that people liked better than like Lathan and even like Watts, and they were like 5'10". I think Watts was even. I don't think Watts was that tall either. I think he was like 5'10",
No, he
5'11".
wasn't.
So I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah, but Watts
So
is a power hitter though.
you got the Billy Bowmans, you got
which is
the
like
Xavier
5'9",
Watts,
5'10".
you
Mm-hmm.
got let's go. But Billy Bowman is not going to play. Um, he's going to be playing in the big nickel. Billy
Okay.
Bowman is not going to. He is not going to be playing a traditional safety role.
The thing with
That he is
Evero
going.
is that if you got Latham, then you need to maximize what he does the greatest. Don't let him get to the Panthers and then you start trying to turn him into whatever. You need to gradually get him into the coverage. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and get him better coverage. But look, man, Look,
trying to cover
safety,
safety.
you better see a lot more safety blitzes this damn year. I know that much. Because you didn't use Jamie Robinson right at all. So, I mean, Evero just makes me nervous, bro. He's I don't want to hear it, man. Worst defense ever. That's all I got to say. That's on his tag.
Something he can never erase.
Yeah, well, we're excited to get you up here, man. Get to work.
I'm ready to get to work.
All right, man.
In our eyes, it couldn't have went too much better than what it did. Going through all this scenarios and guys that we thought we were going to be able to get as opposed to who we got, I think we were all like ecstatic.
I felt like things were going well. Yeah.
We got a lot of names on the board. We got 3 picks left. How are we going to pick 3 guys from this list of players?
Easy.
He plays, he's like Bobby. And he can play 4-eye, he can play 5.
With the 140th pick, the Carolina Panthers select Cam Jackson.
Man, that looks a whole lot better.
What's in?
Depth chart.
Cool. It's a big dude. Our front's pretty big.
We were able to get, Mitchell Evans there in the 5th round, Cam Jackson there in the 5th round, guys that we thought a lot higher of than where we actually drafted them.
All right, how many people with you over there?
Oh gosh, 20, 30.
You excited?
Oh my God, you don't even know. I'm pumped. You better get the most out of me every single freaking day, so I'm ready.
Good job, brother.
All right, one more.
One more.
The last time we heard a player say some shit like that to David Tepper was that damn long snapper. He said, "I'll crawl all the way to Charlotte for you," and that's all I'm gonna say, bro. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Oh my God, tight end is definitely going to be more useful than a long snapper.
Hope so. Hope so.
Yeah. Listen, clear.
Think about Horn. Jimmy Horn. I mean, he fits like the DNA. He's tough.
He's a returner, too.
Oh, yeah.
How'd it go?
Little Miami personality on the team. I'd rather call Jimmy.
The other thing too, man, it appeared to me that they didn't let Canales or Evero pick shit.
I mean, Evero likes Scorton,
Right? Look, you're gonna coach the motherfuckers look, man. The people that should be picking anyway is the general manager anyway. Your job is to coach.
Yeah, but hold on. I agree with you, Twan. I agree. I don't want you to say I don't agree with you.
I hate to say it, but I think
I
Ted
do.
Aroa was a Canales Bryce Young collaboration pick. Just saying.
I think that that it should be a collaboration because at the end of the day, if dudes don't fit your scheme, they don't fit your scheme.
Right.
Like,
So
I
I mean,
don't.
like the player just said, I think they go through whatever, they write out their board, boom, 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 and they go from there. You know what I'm saying? But what I like seeing in that war room was the GM and the
Making
guy
the
who could
picks.
be the GM were clearly in charge, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Horn's from another kid's going to be fired up. He's going to give you everything he has when he comes here. And he's fast. That's who I'm convicted of. That's who I'm convicted of. This would be awesome.
Hello.
Hey, Jimmy.
What's up?
What's up, man? This is Dan Morgan with the Carolina Panthers.
When you see the totality of a draft, you see all of the organization coming together to bring players onto our team.
Hey, we're going to take you here at pick 208, all right?
Hey, yeah, guess what? What's done already?
Let's go, man.
That starts with the scouts who are doing it in August when we're at training camp, and they're doing it in November when we're in Germany. They're always working to find players that will make our roster better.
How'd it go, bud? You nervous?
Notes? Oh, are you Jimmy Horn's guy?
I am.
Just
Talk
do
slower.
this. Think of what you would normally do and do the exact opposite. Do not be yourself.
Breathe and talk slower than you think.
Third year in Carolina, third draft. It's just each year's special in its own way, and I was just super excited for this year just to be a part of it.
Our scouts make this whole process go. They're the ones who are on the road for 150 nights a year.
So many hours away from their families, so many hours in hotel rooms, and
driving 3 to 4 hours a day to understand who these players are and how they'll fit on our roster.
a really good scouting group, a group that I'm like really proud of, and we couldn't do it without them.
Our scouts crushed it.
Nice job, guys.
Yeah.
Successful.
I'm ready to go practice.
Hey, thanks, Dave. It's fun.
I'm excited about the players who we drafted. It's fun to talk about all this stuff, but at the end of the day, it's on the players.
Every year we have this opportunity to go in there and to challenge our roster. You know, we got guys that fit our culture and the play style that we're looking for.
All right, though, man. Feels good to be here, man. I'm ready to go.
With our draft class this year, you know, you feel really good, the initial feeling, but then the players got to go out there. They got to make the plays. They got to do their part. We all got to put the work in. If we're not going to put the work in, the results are.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, man, that's our new squad, bro. Claire,
Yes.
talk to us about who could potentially make the roster from the free agents,
Oh, the undrafted rookies.
the undrafted rookies.
So
Who are you looking at?
I pulled 6 guys of the 19, and obviously I don't even think all 6 will make it. But if there was going to be 6 guys,
They won't.
I know, but I pulled 6 just so there could be a variety to talk about. I think the number one most obvious one, which should be a no-brainer, I think he makes this roster and easily beats out Matthew Wright, is Ryan Fitzgerald, the kicker out of FSU. He's apparently already making some waves in camp. He was 100% for, I think, everything last year. If it was an extra point, if it was a field goal, he was 100% last year at
I mean,
FSU.
we already know he's gonna make the team.
So to me, he is, if you wanted, if anyone wanted to talk about a no-brainer, I get it's a kicker, but to me, he is the obvious no-brainer. His competition, like I said, is Matthew Wright. We don't have anyone else. And we've had Matthew Wright on rotation on this roster for the better part of the last 3 years, and he still has never fully made the roster. So I think he's got easily a good fighting chance to be able to make it. The other 2 guys, I focused more on the defense because I still believe that there are some holes in certain positions that could be filled by these undrafted rookies unless we go sign somebody. So 2 guys, just to throw their names out there, Jack Henderson, who is a safety out of Minnesota, and Isaac Gifford, who is a safety out of Nebraska. Yes, he was on Matt Rule's team. Just ignore that for a moment. But just so you guys can get some ideas around them, both of them tall safeties. Jack Henderson, 6'2", 215 pounds. Isaac Gifford, 6 feet tall, 203 pounds. Jack Henderson is definitely more of the ball hawking type of safety. He has 9 career interceptions. He has 3 pick sixes and 197 career tackles. He was known for being more of that ball hawk type in Minnesota. Isaac Gifford is going to be kind of closer to what we would see as like Mo Riggin, Lathan Ransom. Definitely more of a tackler, 240 career tackles. He's only got 1 interception, 1.5 sacks, and 14 career pass deflections. So it's 2 different types, but they could add depth at a roster where right now at that safety position outside of pretty much Trayvon Moehrig and Lathan Ransom, it's kind of empty. I think the only guys that are right behind him are Damani Richardson and I can't remember his first name, but I think his last name is like Bartholomew. So these 2 guys could come in here and potentially compete for depth positions at safety. And I think they've even got Damani technically more so as fighting for the nickel position with Shaw Smith-Wade. So he's not really in the argument for being in that safety backup unless they just happen to get somebody on rotation in there for that nickel position. I'll talk about only one offensive player, and it's actually a guy who was actually he was taken in most mocks somewhere between round 4 and round 6, but he ended up coming out as an undrafted free agent rookie, and that's offensive guard / offensive center Luke Kandra out of Cincinnati. This is a big dude. He would probably be too big to be a center, honestly, but he did play center and guard at Cincinnati. 6'5", 319 pounds. For him to be an undrafted rookie free agent, he had an 81 grade, which is insane for him to be an undrafted rookie free agent.
Something going on with him.
He has no injury history. He's got 10.5-inch hands. He had a 33-inch vertical, so that's not bad for a big guy. Like 113 broad jump. So he's an explosive guy off the line he is somebody who could compete to kind of, I think, not to say that Brady Christensen doesn't welcome the idea of being a swing lineman on this roster, but he is somebody, especially now that we have released a true center, Andrew Ryan, that we took last year as an undrafted rookie, and he bounced around on the 53-man in practice squad for the time being after Corbett went out. But he is somebody that could also kind of ease in there and potentially help with taking a backup position, because right now Brady Christensen is the backup to like 2 or 3 different linemen. So him having, unless there's something I don't know about him, I know at one point we had a couple guys come on here when we were doing mock drafts, Nick Tri-State being one of them, who talked up Luke Kandra early on. And there was a couple of other people who came in and talked about him as someone we could take much later. So he is somebody who I am keeping my eye on now that he's here. The last two are linebackers. One of them I feel like will make this roster just because we did spend a lot of time at his pro day, not just for him, but for other South Carolina players. But Bam Martin Scott, linebacker out of South Carolina, 6'2", 237. He's a little on the smaller side. He had only logged 3 years, which is kind of what shocked me. I thought he would probably go back to college, but he had 151 career tackles over the course of 3 years, 7 pass deflections, 5 sacks, 1 interception, 3 forced fumbles. So not bad, but I do know that he is someone that we talked to at length at his pro day, along with many other South Carolina players, that unfortunately did not end up on this team. We all thought that we could have Kyle Kennard, Demetrius Knight, Nikki Minwari, but Bam Martin Scott is somebody who we did talk to at length at the pro day, and now he's an undrafted rookie. And the final one, which to me, this is somebody who's been getting a lot of love, mostly for his hair, but this guy had an insane senior year at Fresno. But Tuasivi Nomura, another Samoan guy, kind of like Tet, but he's 6'1", 231 pounds, another a little bit smaller linebacker. But this kid, a lot of people calls him, they're already calling him like, baby Troy Polamalu. But he's got also 156 career tackles. He had, of that 156, 109 of those career tackles came just from last year. So he logged 109 career tackles last year, 3 career pass deflections, 1 sack. So he didn't log as much playing time over the course of his first 3 years. He really had a big breakout year at Fresno his senior year, or his final year there. He did make a lot of waves. A lot of people he was starting to pick up momentum as somebody who could be taken in, very late, like in the 7th round. But he was more so probably going to be looked at as being taken as a undrafted rookie by somebody. Those were the 6 guys that really stood out to me. There were others, but the only reason why some of them I didn't even put any of the wide receivers, because that room is so crowded right now. I feel like that an undrafted rookie, for them to come out and outshine a Jimmy Horn, a Coker, anybody like that, I feel like it's a lot to ask in that very crowded wide receiver room that already is receiving a lot of love, both in media and by, everyone in that building. So I can't really, the cornerbacks, there was only one that I almost put on here, but I wasn't, cornerback room wise, I think we're going to sign somebody, y'all. I really do. I think we're going to sign someone else in the secondary, be it a safety or a corner, before the season starts. I think, we're still linked to Julian Blackman. He hasn't signed anywhere. And now with the most recent release of Jair Alexander, I know that conversation is now picking up momentum. The NFL, someone like an NFL analyst released a list today of the top 5 teams he could go to. We were on that list. So, just kind of be on the lookout for that. Some other people were saying, I saw earlier in the chat, someone said that they thought we would get a linebacker. Not sure if anyone would be high on this pick, but someone who was just released earlier this evening from the Cincinnati Bengals was linebacker Jermaine Pratt. So I don't know if that's someone anyone is interested in, or if anyone wants to talk about him. But those are the 3 actual like free agents that we have been linked to, and then the undrafted rookies of the 6 those are the 6 ones that I listed. I think would be that had the highest shot at making the roster, either because they have the skill level to, or there's just not a lot of competition or depth at their position. And because of what they could bring to the table for competition, they could find a way to make it on the roster as a 2 or a 3. So
great reporting on that, Claire. Great report. Moving over to Edge real quick, man. You know what I'm saying? She did mention Jair Alexander, and then he is up, you know what I'm saying, looking to be released from the team. Edge, how do you feel about Jair Alexander as regards to the Carolina Panthers, and how do you feel? I mean, he's only played 7 games over the last 2 years. What was your breakdown of that?
I feel like it's a great pickup. I mean, the simple fact that he's getting released, and he only has from where it was looking at, he only has up to I think it's a $22 or $23 million freaking hit wise right now. So that's a 7.6 for this year and the 6.5 mil for next year. So for the simple fact that they wouldn't let him go, we're leaving that much money on the line, and not because he was on trade block, but nobody wanted to get the trade. Unlike Jalen Ramsey, he's still on trade block. He's not doing anything as of right now. So, but yes, I know he does have some injury history, but let's not lose the fact of this. We just signed one of our top corners to a top roster, to a top contract in the league right now, and he was hurt for about half the
pretty
time.
much the last 3 seasons, except for like this past year.
So let's not go over here and say we signed hurt players, motherfucker. We just signed
just did
to a multi-million-dollar contract. So we just did that. So so what's gonna be wrong with Jair Alexander? Jair Alexander not only has proven himself, but he's also a 2-time Pro Bowler. So I think
he's only played 7 games for the last 2. He's only played 7 games for the last 2 seasons, and I can understand why people are very concerned with that, though.
But can I say something? Can I add something to this? I want to add something.
I get everybody's very concerned about it, but so if we were so concerned about it, then why did we sign J.C. Horn when he was also hurt 3 out of 4 years that we've had him?
Because of the way he looked in that last year. I mean, Carolina Panthers used to have a history of messing with hurt players. So,
tell the Buffalo Bills when they signed Willis McGahee after a blowing out knee injury when he was at Miami, and the Bills still
for me, if a guy only played 7 games
as a first-round pick
over the last 2 seasons, each season, yeah, I'm out on him. Yeah, I don't.
Can I say this?
It's too much talent. Yeah, I'm out on this Zaire. I mean, I'm not saying Edge is wrong for that, but I wouldn't want that pickup. We could spend our money somewhere else better. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say this. What you're not saying is, Twan, the dude is getting $22 million up front from the team that just released him. You could probably sign him for the veteran minimum. You probably don't have to pay him no crazy money. So
unlike you would Jalen Ramsey, which is who everybody wants us to go grab, which I think is asinine, by the way.
Yeah, Jalen Ramsey's still under contract. You'd have to pick up. You have to pick up. The Miami is looking for somebody to pick up a substantial portion of his contract.
Good luck.
And you got to give up draft capital.
For Jair Alexander, at worst, you sign him to like a 2-year deal, and he already gets paid this year for $22 million.
Yes, exactly. And then you
it's a low risk. Well, I can't say it's a low risk, but I mean it's
definitely not high reward.
I mean, it could be a high reward.
It could be.
If he listen, think about this, Twan. He stays healthy this year. You got him on one side, and you got J.C. Horn on the other side. Oh my God!
And Mike Jack on rotation.
and Mike Jackson on the rotation. I think that we would be perfectly fine. I mean, because at the end of the day, one of the things about since old boy doesn't like to have JC Horn travel, if you have Alexander on one side and you have JC Horn on the other side, neither one of them have to travel.
Mm-hmm.
Just play who was on your side.
I think
Brandon
the only.
Malone.
Oh, go
Brandon
ahead.
Malone
No,
said
go ahead.
when healthy. Shout out to Brandon Malone. He said when healthy, Jair is a top 5 corner in the league.
That's
When
true.
healthy.
Well,
That's
when
true.
JC Horn is healthy and he's on the field, everybody says the same thing. I don't get the argument.
They drafted JC Horn, and I mean, look, if JC Horn didn't have the year that he had, he wouldn't have got this money. He just made the damn Pro Bowl. That's the difference. He wouldn't have got that money if he didn't show up this year.
Well,
Can we all agree on that? I mean, he
we
had
can
to have a
agree
good
on it,
year.
but yeah, and him having a good year is staying healthy on the field. That's the
Yeah,
only
and
way it's gonna happen.
everybody, and then think about it. Everybody didn't agree that he got paid. I mean, that he should get paid what he got paid. You know.
Well, not everybody's gonna agree. Not everybody's gonna agree.
I think paying him $100 million is a little out of pocket, but yeah.
I thought that was a little crazy too. I'm like, man, look, it's 1 year. You know, I would have wanted something else, but the thing is when you start getting into like that pissing contest, bro, then you got other teams that's like, shit, we'll take a chance with him.
And trust me, someone's gonna throw some big money at Jair Alexander.
Right.
Someone's
I'm
gonna
talking about JC Horn.
Oh yeah, it was some people going.
Nobody's
who
gonna throw
was
big
do the
money
same
at
thing for
Alexander.
us, too.
Cut that out. At Jair. You just said some team already owes him money, so
Yeah, they're not. Someone is going to. Someone is literally going to.
Someone's gonna pick him up.
Well, yeah, but they're not going to offer him something huge.
Yeah. Nick said you can get him for the vet minimum. I mean, so
You probably
I ain't throwing shit
could.
at him. Yeah.
You know, if Green Bay already owes him $22 million, I mean, you really don't have to give him anything.
Yeah, bro, you got your money, bro. I ain't paying you. I'm not gonna let two faces play you.
So,
well, I think it's a good pickup. I would pick him up. You know, just for the simple fact that you got JC Horn on one side, you got Alexander on the other side. I mean.
The only other young corner that's in the league, but you would have to actually pay. You'd have to actually trade for him and pay him is Greg Newsome. He's been the only one that's really been talked about as a potential trade candidate at the cornerback position. That's not going to be owed some crazy substantial amount of money. So,
well, when Nick said, you know, if it's possible for us to pay him the vet minimum or somewhere around that, I'm willing to take that chance. You know what I'm saying? Right. I mean, but not throwing money at him. Hell no.
Well, no, I don't think you should throw money at him at all. At this point, you are a free agent, and if you have lasted this long through free agency, I don't think you should be expecting any crazy amount of money to be thrown at you anyway. You know, just like I think, unless he finally just decided to retire. Isn't Von Miller still floating around out there?
Yep,
man, Von needs to give it up.
Yeah.
Well, Von Miller's trying to get another Super Bowl, so
yeah, Von tapped out. Man, his best years are behind him.
So that's kind of my point. We'll have to just see, but no, I think Jair is a possibility. I think, you know, if you wanted to go and trade for a guy that's not going to hurt your pockets, Greg Newsome is an option. Jalen Ramsey, I mean, unless the Dolphins release him, y'all can just forget Jalen Ramsey. Like, we don't need.
I don't want a body, man. I want the right person. Somebody that's
Right.
gonna fit into our system and that's gonna be effective. I don't just want a body.
Right.
Yeah. Well, here's
No.
the thing. Freaking Jalen Ramsey was with freaking Cooley when they was with the Rams and with Evero for a while. So
Yeah, but that would
they
require
know
trading
him.
for him,
They,
and I don't. Based off of what we just saw, unless it is made worth our while, we're not going to trade something crazy for Ramsey and then have to pay him all this money because the Dolphins don't want to. And so, if anything that we just saw in that blueprint is showing the mentality of how that front office is taking things,
yeah, we're
I
not
don't
going
think
to.
Ramsey is not going to be the move. I don't think.
Absolutely. He's not at
No.
all.
I
Ramsey's not
think
going to play. But
I think Jair Alexander is just a smarter choice if we're
it's a
looking to pick up a corner.
Especially
I
for
mean,
next year. I guarantee you Tillis is a smarter
it's a
choice.
safer choice. It's a safer choice
yeah,
due to money. It's a safer choice due to money wise.
yeah.
It's safer.
Especially if you like Claire. So, like Claire said, if you can get it for a 2-year deal at a cheap price, I mean, basically he's getting. I actually think the money that they're giving. I think he's actually getting more than what Edge. I think that they owe him. They still owe him more than
Yeah,
what
right. Yeah,
Edge put out.
as of right now, he's at $21 million right now. Out of the 84, he's at $21 million. He has 2 years left on his contract. 2 years left.
Yeah.
So
Well, the music is playing, so y'all know what that means. Y'all know what I got to get back to for about an hour. The my ass is
Unpacking them boxes. Go put unpack them boxes.
man. Shout out to us tonight, man. We had no guests on tonight. We just wanted to just give y'all just us tonight. You know what I'm saying? 704 Charlotte Brown Show Raw. It's good to be back, man. You know, had to get those jabs in to get a couple rounds in. We'll do our shout outs as always, man. But I'll start first, man. I want to shout out Edge and Claire and Nick, man. 704 Charlotte Brown Show is the best team out there, man. In my opinion, I have to feel that way. If you don't feel that way about yourself, then nobody else will. You know what I'm saying? We're going to just keep bringing it to y'all raw how we bring it. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Shout out to What's Up Doug, man, for stopping through. And shout out to him, man. And I'm so happy for him. And he made the blueprint, man. Good brother. Make sure y'all go over there. Subscribe to that man's channel. As I've always said, he does great shows, man. Great guests. You know what I'm saying? Check him out. We will collab with him in the near future. You know, we've been talking about that behind the scenes. And look forward for that, man. And y'all be on the lookout for that. And shout out to 704, man. Our brother Stephen Gray, man. Gone but never forgotten. I'll never forget that brother, man. That's what we named the show after him still. So his name will always live. And I'm blessed, man. You know what I'm saying? No complaints over here with me. Shout out my brother Maul. Again, we'll give you all the details of what's going on with him. And also, man, y'all keep Maul and his family in your prayers. You know what I'm saying? Maul, we love you, man. That's my little bro. We give it up to Nick, man.
Yo, shout out to the whole team. Definitely a big shout out to Maul. I know what it is like to for somebody around you to be sick, but they still keeping their head up. So shout out to Maul for sure. And shout out to Doug, man. Doug, I need you to get a What's Up Doug t-shirt and I need you to sign it. And I need you to send it to me ASAP. I don't need this. I do not want no shirt after you done already blown up. I need the shirt right now. Yeah.
real, Doug. I'm gonna need about two. I need about two of them, man. One and two different colors.
Hey, look, man. Also with Doug, man. Man, I appreciate you for protecting our country too, man. For y'all that don't know, that Doug is in the he's also in the military, man. So, you know, also Nick was in the military. Edge was in the military. Got a lot of military guys over here, man. Thank you guys for your service, man.
Yep,
So,
yep.
Edge.
Yo. So Hey, I want to thank everybody for coming through, man. It was actually a great show. Just getting back together with everybody. You know, it felt good. It felt good. You know. So, hey, Doug, hey, we love you, bro. All right, Maul, hey, bro, if you ever need something, man, hey, yo, hit us up, dog. We got you, dog. If you even just need somebody just to lend the ear to, man, Maul, we got you. You know, hey, so I'm definitely gonna be coming up with a show real soon. I gotta think of a few topics if I want to piss some people off or I want to make some people happy. Either way, somebody's gonna get something, and I'm not gonna be that one. And I'm not gonna be that one person that's gonna make your 5th round pick sound like a Pro Bowler. I'm not doing that.
Let's make people happy, man. We went through enough bullshit. First lady.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. We're not anything without you guys. So everything that we do for y'all. Every time you guys show up and you interact with us, you know, it means the world will always interact with y'all back. You know, we appreciate it. And if you guys, I think we've said this many times, even if you can't find us on, you know, Twitter, we need to start running our Twitter handles at the bottom too. Well, at least for me, because that's the only way you can get a hold of me, unless you know my phone number.
Say no more.
But no, if you guys ever want to give us show ideas, you know, tell us in the YouTube chat. Hey, next time y'all have a show, can you run one and talk about this? We'll do it. You know, we want to give the whole point of us doing this is so we can also give you guys content that you want to see. So definitely feel free to give us some ideas. I want to shout out, of course, my co-host. I know we haven't done a show in probably about 2 weeks ish. It's been a while. Right. It's been a while, but it was great to kind of just in a way have a chill show coming back. You know, it's nice not having to come in here and go 9 rounds with somebody. On our first show back, I kind of like just having the chill coming in, talking it up, telling you about what's going on. That's just makes it a lot more smooth. But anyway, we are going to start getting into some more heated debates, I'm sure, as the season starts. Shout out to all the young guys who had their dream came true. I know we kind of missed, you know, things in between the draft and now, but shout out to all those young men whose dreams came true, got to make it to the NFL. Hope you all make it and everybody stays healthy. Shout out to the Panthers. Shout out to Dan Morgan, Brant Tillis. You guys gave us, quite a few of us, a lot of hope. I'm more excited than I was last year. I'm just cautiously optimistic as always. This team has a way of hurting your feelings sometimes, but either way, keep pounding, y'all. Stay healthy. Be nice to each other. And if you actually, best piece of advice: if you love somebody, don't forget to tell them and let them know. Sometimes they need to hear it.
Yep. 704 Charlotte Bell Show, man. We'll see y'all next time.